following is a presentation of the 6HL powered by Sports Gamer and the 6HL media team.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Season 13 Playoff Preview Show here in the 6HL. My name is TJ, the Chalkboard, your host, as always, coming to you live from the basement of the Legion of Doom headquarters here in Newmarket, Ontario, Canada, and I'm excited to have you all with me. The season is ended. We've seen some crazy stuff from front to back, but the season is done. The brackets have been made, and we're moving on to the postseason. Round one going to get underway tomorrow. But tonight, I have a guest. Wait, I got more than one guest. First and foremost, I have with me the man, the myth, the legend. It is Mr. Hollywood. How you doing, buddy?
Chalk, I am fired up, man. It's Monday night. Listen, there might not be hockey here tonight for 6HL, but you could feel it in the air, man. You could almost cut it with a knife, because tonight we're going to be talking about playoffs. That's right, playoffs. Happy Easter to everybody who celebrated over the weekend on here. But right now, it's down to some business, brother. We're talking about playoffs. We're talking about who's going to be moving on, who's not. What's it going to take to get to the next round? Hey, I'm here. I'm ready. We got guests already lined up in the chat. We got a jam-packed studio here, Chalk. Let's fucking go, man.
Let's go. Indeed, indeed. Let's go. I'm not wearing a hat. I'm going to put one on soon enough. You know what's coming. I'm going to put on the hat, but not quite yet. Now, also joining us, they're sitting in the background. They've been waiting patiently. Very, very quiet. And it's hard for this guy to keep quiet lately. Ever since we got him on one stream, this guy has been a chatterbox. And you know what? I absolutely love it. So please welcome the head of media. It's, oh my God, it's Harry. How you doing, Harry?
I'm doing great here, Chalk. Thanks for having me here. Hollywood, you're looking good as usual.
Dapper.
I love the mask, buddy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Also hanging out with us tonight to make his predictions and break everything down for us with some in-depth analysis is another member of the 6HL media team, Lindell. Lindell, how's it going, buddy?
It's going good. It's beginning of the week, so I'm not really doing much ever, so.
Yeah, exactly. You know, early week on an Easter weekend. We had Good Friday. I hope everybody had their Fish Friday. You know, and then Sunday was Zombie Jesus Day. So, you know, we celebrate that in our own ways, whether it's an Easter egg hunt or whatever you want to do. We celebrate it that way. You know, quick question for you guys off topic here. Did anybody get to see the Mario movie this weekend?
I took my little brother on Wednesday.
Nice.
I'm actually seeing that on Friday.
Nice.
So pretty much, you know, pumped for that, and you know, it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be some great things in the future for those type of movies. There's a lot of stuff they can do with it, and I heard there's like Easter eggs and stuff for like teasing
a ton
of like films that they could do. So
100%
excited to see what they could do with this.
It looked like Mr. Hollywood was getting excited there. Did you get to see it, buddy?
I didn't get to see it yet, but I'm excited about it. I know my kids are excited about it. The only thing, Chalk, man, I haven't been in the movies for God knows how long, so I'm probably waiting for a stream to come up on it, catch it then. You know what I mean? I don't like leaving the house, man. Why? But no, I've heard some great reviews on it. I heard Bowser's great. Was that Jack Black plays up Bowser?
Yeah, Jack Black.
I heard he did a great job with that. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna catch it. Just maybe a little bit later after you guys do.
Yeah, well, I can tell you that I actually saw it on Saturday. Dude, absolutely fantastic. You know what? It's a like good for the kids, good for the adults. Like it really was really nostalgic for me. Like Harry hit on, there's a lot of Easter eggs in there. It's just a good, fun movie, right? Like they kind of explain things, and for me, I think one of the biggest things, without giving out any spoilers, there is one scene where they kind of go down Rainbow Road. Oh, dude, unreal. It made me want to come home and play some Mario Kart on 64. Like, absolutely. It was fantastic. Actually, I should have gotten myself streaming that. I should have gotten myself streaming that, but I didn't. But I will next time. I promise you I'll do it next time.
Chalk, you got a Switch?
For a Switch party, man. I'm down for a Switch party. Mario
Let's go.
Kart, let's go, brother, man.
Go.
Yeah.
You know?
I
just
don't
hope
have
it's better than the 80s. Remember the 80s Mario Brothers, man?
Yeah.
What was it? With Captain Lou and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I know it's a bit cheesy on there, but I still watch it, so I'm definitely going to check this one out as well.
Yeah, dude, absolutely fantastic. And what I think, based on some of the Easter eggs they gave away, and it's not really giving anything away, but I think the next movie that we're going to see from Nintendo and Illusion will probably be Zelda, which I'll definitely be looking forward to, because again, that's a little more of an in-depth story. So I think they can, they did a really good job with Mario, so I'm hoping that they can do another good job with that. Radie saying it's dope. Who else do we got in the chat? King Goat is now following. Thank you very much. Fabry, Hollywood, missed the girls in the background. Oh, he's missing the girls in the background. He's got the playoff bracket though, man. That's what's important. We got the playoff bracket. We got Rattery saying that Hollywood is the GOAT. Achilles, first time chat. Old bastards, just like me. Yes, indeed we are. Busted Dimes. We need a Donkey Kong movie. Yes, of course we need a Donkey Kong movie, and that's another one in there that I think that that they were kind of hinting at could definitely happen.
We need more DK rap.
You know what I want to see? I want to see a better Rampage movie. But anyway, give me something cartoon. Come on, Nintendo, do it. Do it, please. Give us some good stuff. The House of Mouse is burning down. It is your perfect opportunity to seize power and take it away from Disney. Please do it. Anyway, I don't want to get too far and get us unsponsored by
anybody. Man, I just want to comment real quick on that Donkey Kong, man. That's Mr. Hollywood's favorite arcade game of all time. Yes. I gotta show you guys my Donkey Kong arcade machine here one of these days, God. Man. That's right. I got one here for that. So yeah, big fan of that, man. 1, 2, and 3 oval, man.
That would be absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. All right, guys, so here we are. As I said, it is the playoff preview show. Now, we have Mr. Hollywood here. We have Lindell here. We have, oh my God, it's Harry here. But a couple of gentlemen also wanted to make sure that they participated. Hopefully, Busta Dimez Gaming will be in with us a little bit later. He is at work right now. But he did send us a video of his predictions. As well, we got a video from Radie as to his predictions, which I'm looking forward to sharing both of those with you guys. I don't think we can start the conversation about the playoffs for season 13 without addressing the end of season 13, the final stream of season 13. You guys bore witness to it. Thank you very much for giving me the night off. But
well deserved.
You guys were watching it. You watched it all unfold. And like I said, I didn't want to try and take credit for it, but I kind of made a push, put a little push into Pro Orb's ear, and said if you can pull this off, you can completely eliminate Las Vegas from the playoffs. Minnesota, a team that has struggled hard, had more than half their team quit on them, right? We're able to put a line together and we're able to pick up those 2 W's and eliminate Las Vegas from the playoffs. Where is a better place to start than that?
Yeah, no, Chalk. Listen, man. Thursday was a happening, man, and the viewers, the members on here got a little bit glimpse of what they're gonna expect here, for the playoffs. Come tomorrow night on here, it's gonna be happening. So if you guys thought last Thursday was nuts, man, wait till tomorrow night. Boy. I mean, this thing looks great. I saw some of the previews on this, and you do not want to miss this. You're not going to miss any action of the playoffs because we're going to bring it to you guys right here. And Chalk, yeah, I mean, tremendous way to end the season. I mean, came down to that final last night, for 2 teams especially. Yeah. You mentioned LA, you mentioned Vegas on there. It was either win or out, and we found out it's the LA Kings that hold on to that 7th spot. Vegas had their chances, man. They had their shot, but what a surprise by Minnesota coming in here, man. Last game of the season, you would think, these guys, would not even show up for the night, man. But they shocked the world on here. They might not be in the playoffs here, but they made a lot of noise that Thursday night.
Oh, yes, they did. Yes, they did. And you know what? You hit something on the head that nobody is going to miss any of the action. And that is 100% right, guys. So after, reaching out to a few of you in the league. We kind of tried to get some opinions and bounce some stuff off you. And after careful consideration, the 6HL media team has decided this week, because there are 6 games going, 3 in the East and 3 in the West, for the first round of the playoffs, we will actually have 2 streams going every night. So tomorrow night, you can join the Eastern Conference with myself and Busta Dimez while watching all 3 of the Eastern Conference games, which is Buffalo and Boston, Detroit and Philadelphia, the New Jersey Devils, and the New York Rangers. In the Western Conference, MrHollywood himself is going to be leading that stream, along with Oh My God, It's Harry, as they'll be watching LA and Vancouver. The Coyotes, Arizona, Nashville, Colorado, and Edmonton. So you guys have 3 great series on that side, and we're actually going to get into that in just a second here. So again, guys, want to make sure that you're joining us for all the live action starting tomorrow night. We're going every night. We're going every night until this one's done, and we're going to bring you all the live action every single night. So really looking forward to that as we move forward here through the playoffs.
Really quick here, Hollywood. Bring your Hawaiian T-shirt tomorrow.
Hollywood.
You know I will, man. I've got something. I got something lined up here for tomorrow night. I didn't want to showcase it here tonight, you know. And listen, Vancouver and LA, Harry. I don't think they had enough of us on here from last Thursday. We get to see them again, you know, tomorrow night. It's going to be happening. We saw how wild and crazy it got at the end of the season. Well, we get to see this here, round 1 of the playoffs, and I couldn't ask for a better matchup than that.
No, absolutely not. So, talking about our matchups, first and foremost in the Eastern Conference, as I already mentioned, Tampa Bay gets the bye week. We got Buffalo and the Boston Bruins. So let's go through our predictions first. You know what? I actually want to start on this one because I think my opinion may differ from some of the others. Now, it is easy to look at this series as an easy win for Buffalo. 100%, right? I think Buffalo is just such a big and powerful team, you know, in terms of the season series. Buffalo went 3-0-1 against Boston this season. We've seen Boston kind of turn a corner at the end of the season there. Really started firing on all cylinders, really started playing as a group. You know, I think there's also, for certain guys in that locker room, you know, for Yinzer, Royal, that they're going to want to show up. And I think that they can actually be the spoiler in this one. So I think it's going to go the distance between these two teams. And yeah, I think Boston's going to take it. Nobody with anything, eh?
I completely disagree. I think Buffalo probably has this one pretty easily. Boston made it into the playoffs, but I don't think that they have the strength this year to compete against Buffalo. A lot of these guys have played together for a while. You've got JT and Llama have played together as a D pair for quite a few seasons between LG and 6HL. The Wilksey brothers playing together is huge, and Dirt and Net. I mean, that's going to be a hard team to take any games from in that series. I think Borker's really the main weapon that Boston has. So,
yeah, no,
I gotta agree with Lindell here, Chalk, man. I don't know what you're on, man, tonight, but Boston. Listen, I love Yinzer as well. I know he puts up some solid teams. I mean, they're gonna need Comrade Borker to come out and play the biggest hockey of his freaking career on Tuesday night. I just feel, I mean, this Buffalo team is too damn good. Remember, they were only 2 points behind Tampa in taking that number 1 spot. You know, so for me to see Buffalo get eliminated in the first round, I'll be shocked, man.
Yeah, I see. What I fear is, like, when we're having the conversation, right? Like if LeBlanc gets in the lineup for a couple extra games, right? Like, you know, I know there has been some availability issues there if you look at the season for him. We know that Iggy is the kind of guy who definitely steps it up in the playoffs. As I mentioned, you know, you have Yinzer. Royal, Royals playing with a chip on his shoulder, I think, because of what's happened in some other leagues, right? He wants to show JT that he made the wrong decision. So I really, like I said, I get it. It is so easy to write these guys off, 110%. But if J-Diz, if J-Diz and Big Body can step up in net for these guys, like I said, I don't think it's going to be easy. I don't think it's going to be like a cakewalk for Boston. But I think if they can play their defensive game, play that fundamental trap hockey, I think they actually have a chance to shut these guys down and take it in 7.
I mean, to give you a little bit of a benefit here, the season series was 19-13 in favor of Buffalo, so it's not like Buffalo just walked all over them. They weren't like blowout games every time.
Yeah.
I think if LeBlanc can get in those games, he's kind of a game changer. And you have Borker, who's likely going to get another Selke nomination, if not another Selke win.
Yep.
That's pretty huge for Boston. If those two come out as strong as they've been, I could see Boston probably taking a game, but I think it's going to be too much.
Yeah. Yeah, and like I said, I fully get it. What about you, Harry? We haven't heard anything from you on this one yet.
Chuck, I'm gonna kind of agree with you on going the distance, but I think Buffalo's gonna take this in Game 5 or 6. I don't see it going in Game 7. I think if Buffalo's got everyone available, they'll be able to handle Boston no problem. But I don't think you should take Boston lightly. I mean, what we saw on Thursday, any team can win in this league is what we saw. So I definitely wouldn't take them lightly, but I think Buffalo's going to be taking this series.
No, fine. Fair enough, guys.
I agree. I agree there, man, Harry. And listen, here's the interesting stat, man. How did they finish the season off? Buffalo went 7-2-1, their last 10 of the regular season. These guys are ready for the playoffs, man. Yeah, I mean they got Comrade Borker on the other end, LeBlanc on there. But look how much stacked. I mean, you take a look at the depth in this chart. You got Wilksey, you got the other Wilksey on here, John Wayne. I mean, they've got the depth on this team is tremendous. And the scoring power, I don't think Boston is going to be able. They're definitely not going to be able to match up their offense on here. They've got to keep maybe minimize the scores low on here in this game, because once this Buffalo team gets on the board, Chalk, it's going to be lights out for Boston.
Yeah, exactly. If they can't get it going, it will definitely be lights out. That is for sure. Let's move on to our second series. Now, this one is an interesting one, and I said I'm gonna.
Well, Chuck, just to you picked Boston on here. I know everybody. So you 1-3 on here with that Boston pick. I wanted to ask the other fellows on here. I mean, what do you guys think Boston's got to do, man, to win this series? What's going to happen in this series? Whether it's something that Boston's got to do or something that doesn't happen with Buffalo come Tuesday night. Like, what does Boston's got to do to win this series here?
Buffalo can't have any avail of their top guys, probably. I mean, if they can only manage 2 games out of their top guys, but Boston's got full avail from their top guys, maybe. But I don't. If Buffalo can get their top guys out there for most of that series, I don't see it going past 5.
Okay. So availability. Frisch in the chat there, Chalk says they got to kidnap some of JT's boys, man. Maybe. I mean, possibility.
No, fair enough. Like, guys, I know what you're saying. Like I said, I think it. I thought about this one for a while, and like I said, my gut just kind of tells me, right? Like, my gut kind of tells me if a couple things can happen, I really do think that Boston can take this one. But again, that's just my opinion. We'll see what happens come tomorrow and Wednesday, right? Or where it's really going to happen. Looking at our second series, and again,
hey, I didn't get to answer that question.
Oh
here.
shit! Sorry, Harry.
No, I'm just waiting for people to speak. Sorry. what I truly feel for if Boston wants to win this series, they got to play their own hockey. They can't be coming in making bad plays. You know, they gotta be patient with the puck. They gotta get pucks. You gotta get those grindy goals. Those are what are gonna win you games at the end of the day. Like, yeah, you might get pretty one-timers, but those grimy goals are what's gonna make a difference in any series that you look at.
No, fair enough, right? And that is that Boston style hockey. Not to mention the trap on defense. And like I said, I think that if anyway, I'm not gonna keep going on it. You know, it's 3-1 here. I get it. We'll see who the other two guys picked. I think we might already know. But yeah, like I said, I think there is a slim chance there, and I'm giving the edge to Boston here.
Don't get me wrong, I'm rooting for them.
No.
Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
it's gonna be tough for them.
That it is. Moving on to our second series, it is a big battle between Philadelphia and Detroit. My own Philadelphia Flyers. Let's go Philly. Putting on the Flyers hat. So let's, you know, before we kick off to anything. Yes, Fish Mania, I'm going to go with Gritty. I'm going to go with Gritty too. And here's why. Season series between these two went 3-0-1. Detroit picking up. Yeah. Detroit, I know, lost one of those in as an OT loss. Now, Philadelphia finishing up 7-3 on the season. Detroit finishing up 4-4-2, right? Both teams were doing really, really well. But like I said, there was some magic that happened after that second RA draft where whatever it was for Philadelphia, they got it locked in. And defensively, again, I'm a big defense guy. Defensively, I think that Philadelphia has got it honed. They have it locked down. They have the goaltending. I think Philadelphia takes this series in 6.
Yeah, I disagree with you on the defensive side. I think Detroit has a better defensive core in Only Blue and P Marsh playing together. They've played together all season, and they've been an elite lockdown pair for us. We have PlayStation and Parmacy on the other pair, and you've got me and Oblong as extras. I think that top 4 is up there with the top of the league. I mean, you've got PlayStation, who has played in the LGNHL. Only Blue just came off his first season in the A. P Marsh has been an elite defenseman in this league for quite a while. Parmacy has been around with mostly JT for a few seasons, and he's been a great defenseman for us as well. I just think defensively we have it. It comes down to the offensive side of things and goaltending.
I agree with you in terms of the skill of that Detroit defense, where, like I said, it's something about the combinations, right? Because like I've seen it myself. I've you know, like they're my team. I've watched it. There's something about Yorkul with whether he's playing with Shane or Alepero, right? It doesn't seem to matter. Hawks and Shane shut everything down, right? Alepero and Durr shut everything down. Throw Yorkul in the mix anywhere. These guys have got it locked down. Every single game, there's great communication on that back end, and I think that's one thing that a lot of teams miss, you know. But so there is that communication on the back end. They're really, really smooth on the transitions, and you know, again, the forwards know exactly where to be when you're talking about this team. And when you have guys out there like Tatius, like Viper, like Psycho, like Fur, right? Like, this is a solid lineup, man. Like I said, I honestly believe Philly takes this one in 6.
I don't disagree with what you're saying. I think this is going to be a close series. I mean, the season series was 11-8 in scoring. This was the tightest defensive series out of any of them.
Yep.
It was the only one to not have either team hit 15 goals. And honestly, I think combined were less than some of the teams scored against each other. So this is a big defensive series and really not a lot of goals are probably going to come out of this for how high-powered the offenses are on both sides.
No. What about you there, Mr. Hollywood?
Listen, you brought out the Flyers hat on there. I'm not going against Philly. You're crazy if I'm going to go against Philly here, man. I see them coming in here, taking care of business, just as they did in the regular season. Just as I mentioned about Buffalo, this team finished the season real well, man. The last couple of games. And they played Detroit last week. And here's the problem with Detroit, man. They've got a lot of overtime losses. You know what I mean? They came out with points. But here in the playoffs, Chalk, those overtime losses don't mean nothing. All it means is a loss on here. And this Detroit team has kept close games, man, but they've lost a lot of those close games, those 2-1 games, those overtime games. And if that happens here, Philly can make this series real quick on here and move on to the next round.
How about you there, Harry?
I gotta go with Detroit. Honestly, I think they got the better defense here. Looking at Philly's, anytime we cover Philly, I think they've had really struggle like on defense. You know, I think they're gonna. That's what's gonna cost them the series is on the defense. Yeah, they might have the scoring, but defense is gonna win you games and. If they can't figure out the defense, then it's going to be hard to stop Zarmon, who's got 100 points on the season.
Yes,
50 more points than anyone on Philly. 50 more points than anyone on Philly. So,
Harry, you bring a great point on there, man. Listen, if Detroit's going to have any chance in here, any chance to win, to defeat this Philly team, Zara, man, is going to need to carry. He's going to need to steal games here on here. I mean, 100 points. You can't look at the stats. You can't look at Detroit and not see that on there, you know what I mean? So if Zara has a tremendous series here, yeah, Detroit could definitely take games here, make this series close, but they're definitely going to need, a solid performance by Zara here in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I think this series could easily go Game 5 with Detroit winning. But I can see this series go all the way to 7.
To go off what Zara's saying in the chat, Detroit only has 3 OT losses. Philly had 7 this season, so it could go either way. I feel like we closed out a lot more than people give us credit for. We kept games tight. Our goaltending kept us in a lot of games. Our defense definitely kept us in a lot of games when we just couldn't buy goals. But even past Zara, I feel like nobody's looking at how great of a season Path had in front of the net. He led the league in tips this season. He has been a great addition for us, and he plays so well with Moonrocks, who may not have had the points this season, but he's done just about everything for us.
Oh, no doubt. There's and again, right? Like there are just solid players on both sides, and Harry, like. Where you talk about, only, not even a guy that's past 60 points on Philadelphia. Well, let's take a look at, how well spread out the scoring is on that team. Let's talk about Tatius, who has 19 points. 37 points in 9 games. Right? Like, that kid is a difference maker, right? 8-ball, 48 points in 14 games, right? Biz only got 20 games in the season and still had 56 points. He had plenty more in him, and I know he's a guy that we've talked about before, like between ourselves, and let's talk openly here. Like, yeah, it's going to depend for him as to who he's playing with, but he is a damn good player. I think that all around Philadelphia has, like, again, right, my personal opinion, I think Philadelphia has the edge in this one, and I think they can take it in 6. So we're 2-2 on this one. That's actually a little bit.
I've got Detroit in 7.
Detroit in 7.
I have this being a very, very tight series.
Oh, 100%.
I can see Detroit upsetting Philly in 5, but I can also see it go 7. So.
Oh boy.
Philly in 5, man. I'll give them 1 game. I'll give Detroit 1 on here. Did somebody actually say Moonrocks on here? Listen, Moonrocks is gonna be a no factor in this series. I'll tell you this.
Oh,
Next week
boy.
you might find Moonrocks on the back of a milk carton on here. He's gonna be missing in the series here, man.
Is he gonna be Detroit's
Those are
Mitch
fighting
Marner?
words, Hollywood.
Is he gonna be Detroit's Marner? Oh no. Oh
Hey,
no.
it's the playoffs, man.
We're gonna-
Moonrocks knows what's up,
Yeah,
man.
we're gonna have to clip that and send it over to Moonrock.
Yo, you just
to
getting
hype him up.
fired in Moonrocks is
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Hey, I call it down the middle, man. I call it like I see it here. You know,
Yeah.
even Moonrocks will come on here, man. Come in here. I'll tell him right to him, man.
Oh yeah.
He ain't gonna be a factor in
I
this
mean-
series. That's about it.
He wants to be in here.
Well, we'll have to get the okay from the big boys to get that to happen. Unfortunately, you guys want to move on to the other one in the East?
Yeah, why not?
All right. So the third one in the East. So we split our decisions on that. We'll do the last one here in the East, and then we'll go to the two videos that we got from Raid, as well as Busta Dimez for you guys. But the next series here is the New York Rangers versus the New Jersey Devils. Now, many will recall that before my Philadelphia Flyers really started to turn on the heat, I was on that New Jersey bandwagon. And I absolutely love those guys. I think they're absolutely fantastic. They got a great locker room, great group of guys there. When it comes to this series, though, always a bad time to start going on a slump when you're coming to the end of the season. And that's exactly what we saw from Detroit. Based on the trajectory that we were seeing, I figured New Jersey was going to finish up in that 2-3 spot. And they fell off, finishing 2-6-2. The New York Rangers, on the other hand, going 6-3-1, and they lost. It is easy to argue, like especially looking at the Wednesday games. It was Wednesday that they played you guys in Detroit, right, Lindell? The Rangers?
New Jersey
No,
or the Rangers?
The Rangers.
We played the Rangers on the last night of the season.
Oh, so that's right. Okay, it was the Thursday night games.
Yeah.
There is an argument that could be made that first game. New York should have won that game.
Yeah. I think they did win that one. I think we won game 2. We won game
Sorry.
2, not game 1.
Sorry,
yeah,
that's
New
right.
York won that game.
Sorry, that's right. Both went to overtime, though. Right?
Yep.
No.
No? That's right. It was a late goal.
That's
You're right. The second game did go to
My
OT,
bad.
though.
My bad. Yeah,
His
the second game-
Carey sniped one.
Yeah, but so the second game went to OT, and so that's the one that I was talking about. Sorry. So the second game is the one that you can argue, technically New York should have won, right? Like they were outplayed, but again, you guys out defensed them, 100%. Got it on the rush, beat them, won it in overtime. New York.
Yeah, those are two
Yeah.
very tight games for New York, though, especially after that bounce back from Wednesday night against Arizona.
Exactly. What I see here is I see a New York team that they have it. It just has to click. This one was really hard for me to predict. I give it to New York, but this one is going to go the distance. It's going to go to 7. I think that one of the issues that we've seen from both of these teams as we've gone along through the season here has been consistency. Yes, the Rangers wrapped up 6-3-1 at the end of the season here, but there has been some of those consistency issues all the way throughout the season. I think the Rangers are going to take this one. I think it's going to be a very tight series. It's going to go to 7, but I give the edge to the Rangers on this one.
I disagree, but only slightly. I say New Jersey in 7. I think this is going to be a really, really close series, though. The 3-1 in the regular season goes to the Rangers, but 15-12 in terms of goals, that's another really tight series that could go either way. The Rangers have Obi, they've got Fragistic, they've got Frisch.
Yeah.
They've got Buds in net, who's been
Stellar.
he doesn't have the greatest record, but he has absolutely carried them to some wins this season. So Careless Scum came out on the last night of the season, and he was in net for both of those 2-1 games against us. They've got really solid goaltending on both sides. You've got Psycho, who is, as we know, for many seasons has been an elite two-way centerman for multiple different teams. You've got Incomparable on the other side, who's another very elite defensive center for New Jersey. It's interesting. It's going to be a really good series, and I could see it going either way.
100%, it's going to be a phenomenal series. What's your take, Harry?
I think the Rangers are gonna take this game 5. Gonna go this game 5.
Wow, you think?
I think I just don't see anyone on that back end that New Jersey has that's worth. I mean, they're gonna really have to step up here. I just don't see any big names in the back end.
Wow. Shots fired at New Jersey. Let's go. I love it.
I'm not surprised here with Harry's pick, man. I totally agree on here. Trump said it's a hard pick on here. No way, man. New York's coming in this series. They're going to take the series. Listen, New Jersey's got a great offense. I give it to them, man. They put up the points. But listen, when you come in the playoffs here, you're gonna need to know how to play defense. And that's one thing that New Jersey struggles on here. Look at this team, man. Look how much goals they've given up this season. Goals against, 262. That's the absolute worst. I think they might be up there with Washington, who's not even in the playoffs on here. So if they can't play defense, you got Frisch Mania coming to the house here, man, with freaking Obi, Tomps on there. Good luck stopping those guys on here. I don't think New Jersey's ready for this here. Like I said, they can't play defense here. New York's going to come in here. This is my pick right here, man. Right here. Frisch Mania knows what's up, man. He paid me to advertise this on here. Listen, it's all good, man. I agree with the man. I'm not going against Frisch Mania round 1 on here. No way.
No, dude, I'm fully with you. So this time it's 3-1 against Lindell.
I mean, to counter what Hollywood is saying, if you look at it, New Jersey outscored in the season series, or not in the season series, but overall in the season. The Rangers had 218 goals for, but 236 against, compared to 281 goals for and 262 against for New Jersey. So it was a little bit of everything happening in New Jersey, but I mean, New York got outscored overall this season.
Yeah,
so
Jersey was the second highest scoring team behind the St. Louis Blues.
Yeah,
but can I just put some perspective behind it? I think at the time, you have to realize the Rangers lost a key player, Stomps.
Oh,
and so
yeah,
that was kind of a big hiccup for them. I mean, they had to adjust. Like, you know what I mean? Like, to lose that kind of a caliber player, it's got to be like impactful for that team.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what? When you were talking about New York losing a team, there was one guy I thought you were talking about.
Oh, Carries? The guy who can't pass?
Oh. This episode of the 6HL is brought to you by the the Right Trigger Store?
Yeah, the Right Trigger Store or whatever.
The Right Trigger Store. Yeah, exactly. But no, you know who I thought you were talking about? I thought you were talking about this guy.
Oh, Sergio.
Oh, boy. Sergio.
No, but I'm talking about Stomps. I mean, you got to realize, like, losing that player at the time that they did, I mean, it really probably put them behind on, adjusting and finding lines that work, filling that spot. I think the Rangers are going to just walk over New Jersey. I see them winning in game 5. They're taking the series in 5.
Yeah. And here's the thing, Harry, on here, you mentioned about Stomps, and that was huge on here for them to just have to rotate the rosters on here. Otherwise, New York would have finished number 3 here in the standings. They're definitely a top 3 team here in the East. And listen, New Jersey has only won 2 games in their last 10. And you come into playoffs winning only 2 games, it's going to need 4 to advance to the next round. So I'm with you, Harry, here, man. New York. Let's go.
100%, boys, and we are going to move on to the Western Conference. But before we do, why don't we take a chance and get the predictions that were sent to us from Busta Dimez and Radie. Here we go, boys.
All right, we're going to keep this short and sweet with you guys, all right? We're going to start with Game 1, Buffalo versus Boston. This is going to be a one-sided affair. Buffalo is going to take round one very easily. Looking at the next game in the conference, Philadelphia versus Detroit. I think Detroit's got a lot of good players on that team, and I think they're very well built. I think they come away with the round one series victory against Philadelphia. Now, moving on to what I would consider the series of the conference, and this is going to be the big game, New York Rangers versus New Jersey Devils. New York Rangers boast a plethora of good players, but the key three players that they're going to need to overperform to beat this New Jersey Devils team is Frischmania, Cavries, and none other than Obi-Wans. They need to perform to beat this stellar New Jersey team that I've always backed up, and I just think is a phenomenal team. However, I do see New Jersey coming away just barely in the series against New York Rangers. Going into the next conference, into the Western Conference, Vancouver versus LA. I'm part of LA, but I'm going to give it to LA on this one against Vancouver. I think they're on a good roll. I think they got a lot of momentum, and I think they're going to continue this into round one of the playoffs. Moving on to the next game, that'll be Arizona versus Nashville. I think this is going to be another one-sided affair that's going to be had by Arizona, winning it over Nashville in round one. And then last but certainly not least, we have Colorado versus Edmonton. I do think this is going to be a little bit closer than people think. However, I do think Colorado will come with the victory in round one.
And there you have it. That is round one predictions from your boy Busta Dimez. I can't wait to see all the action, and I can't wait to talk to you guys on Tuesday. See you then.
Hey, what's going on, TJ and 6HL? Radie here, about to hit you with some of my playoff picks. Like I've been saying every time I'm on stream here, defense is the difference for me. Obviously, a little bit of goaltending too, of course, but so many good forwards out there that you kind of scratch them all across the board. So almost all my picks come down to the best defense, and let's get underway with them here. First, I think it's going to be the Kings. Next, the Yotes out in Arizona. Oilers over Colorado. Then this was the Sabres Boston was a tricky one. In the end, I went with the Sabres, but probably the one I feel least comfortable with. The next one, we have Detroit over Philly. I just like Detroit's goaltending there. And it wouldn't matter who's on these two teams, but I could never pick the Devils over my Rangers in anything. But even if it wasn't that case, the Rangers have high scoring there. That's one of the only matchups where I'm going to say, hey, maybe the scoring is just so much that they win the shootout by that much more than the defense makes a difference. So we'll see. Those are my picks, and we'll see where we land. Back to you, TJ.
And here we are. We're back. So those are the predictions from the other gentlemen, Busta Dimez and Radie. Thank you very much to those two guys for sending their videos in with their predictions. Busta pretty bold. You know what? Not bold. I think like the general consensus: Buffalo, Detroit, and New Jersey. You know, I know he's still riding that Jersey train. I think he's wrong on that one. Again, not trying to take anything away from Jersey or knock Jersey down. I just think at the end of the day, you know, the Rangers have that extra little bit. What did you guys think of the picks?
I think he's a little bold with that Colorado. I think, you know, they're definitely a team that's you don't know what to expect. New management. I mean, at least a new owner. But you don't know what to expect. You don't know how that locker room is right now. You don't know where the morale is at. I mean, we could see an upset here.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. But I think Edmonton's going to take that series at least in Game 5. I don't see it going past Game 5.
Wow, Harry not giving much faith there at all. So, you know what? I may as well give mine. That's a great segue to go right into it there. You know, so we had Radie in that series picking the Oilers, and I'm with Radie on this one. So I love Colorado. I really do like Colorado. I think Colorado's got a bunch of great guys. It is unfortunate what happened with their management team in the way that one went down. The goods are there I just don't think that same push that we saw earlier on in the season still exists. Meanwhile, in the background, Edmonton was working their ass off in the last couple of weeks to make some good trades, made some good pickups on the waiver wires, and they have built a serious group here. Coming out of the West, I think, again, I know this is going way too far into prediction land. I think Edmonton takes this series. I got to agree with Harry here. I think Edmonton takes this series in 5, but I think that Edmonton is going all the way in the West. I think we'll see them in the finals.
That's bold.
That's a bold prediction.
Hey, I will stand by it. What do you think there, Mr. Hollywood?
Listen, man, I love Cinderella stories. I love a miracle to happen, and we've seen it happen in the 6HL, especially in the Western Conference. You know, these lower seed teams come out here, get the win, get the W, move on, and prove all of us wrong. But it's not happening in this series. I'm sorry, man. If you think Colorado has even a 1% chance in this series, I would love to know what you're on, man, because coming in here, Edmonton, you mentioned the Chalk, the moves that they made towards the end of the season on there only improved this team. I mean, look at the firepower on this Edmonton squad. Who is Colorado going to put to try to stop them or even slow them down in this series? You know, I see this quick on here, maybe even a sweep. I mean, listen, if Colorado gets a game on this series, man, that's a huge plus for them. But they've got much bigger issues than just Edmonton on here, and I see a quick series. Edmonton easily around 2.
I agree with you, Hollywood. I was just being nice to Colorado, give them that one game. You know, I expect them at least win 1. But I could see a sweep.
Man. I'm sorry.
Hold on.
I definitely agree with you on the sweep, but I could see Colorado taking at least 1 game.
What about
I got to agree with Hollywood. I got to agree with Hollywood 100% here. 17-7 was the scoring throughout that series in Edmonton's favor. They've got Manti and Black on the back end. You've got Sweaty Graybush, Bardsey, Grumpy. I mean, that's a lot. Zerk's got the playoff experience. I mean, that's a lot. And to go with what Colorado has lost this season and losing Mash on the back end, that's tough to make up.
Huge.
Colorado's got a couple of really solid pieces in Achilles. You've got Corker. Dominator Silva's been a rock back there for them. But overall, I don't see Colorado taking a game. I think this Edmonton team might be too much.
Yeah, just the Sweaty, Soldier, Grumpy, Bardsey, right? Like Blackfire.
The list goes on.
Yeah, fat, you know.
Is that the All-Star squad or what, man?
Exactly, right? Like, then you got Fabry in net. You know, Zerk hasn't been playing the way that you know, I think that they were hoping he was going to at the start of the season, but still, you know, posting a respectable 3.93, 77.41 save percentage isn't great. But Fabry with 80% save percentage and 2.78 goals against, dude. Like I think Colorado can take 1 here, but they're not getting any more than that.
And going back to what Obstruction said, I think he said that Edmonton has the scariest roster going into the playoffs. Yeah. I think he said they have like the most complete roster he's seen, and you know, I definitely see them going far.
Absolutely, Harry. And listen, Colorado did not get any favors here. Did not luck in the draw here as far as matchup wise. Because listen, if there's any team on here, you look at this West that you do not want to play, it is going to be the Edmonton Oilers. It's not Vancouver. It's not the Coyotes on here. I'm sorry. Edmonton Oilers are that team. Don't look at their record. Don't look, you know, they're in that 5th spot on here. Colorado's going to have the home field advantage on there. They're not having any advantage here in this series. Look, Edmonton, that, I mean, you mentioned just part of their roster on there,
Yeah.
but even the depth in there as the backups on there, if you call them on there. I mean, I would not want to play Edmonton round one.
No. You don't want to play a team like Edmonton in round one. That they are going to be very, very hard to beat. Defensively, offensively, they're going to destroy you. Defensively, they're going to shut you down. Goaltending wise, they can steal just about any game. That's why, like I said, I honestly, in my heart's heart, believe that we are going to see Edmonton take the West. I know it's going to surprise a lot of people, like some people may be thinking Arizona, the obvious taker there is St. Louis. I cannot wait till we get St. Louis and Edmonton, because that is going to be one hell of a series.
And listen, for Colorado on here, what makes things worse, they take a lot of penalties. I mean, you look at that stat, 227 penalty minutes. And if that happens here in this series, this series is going to get ugly quick on here for Colorado.
100%. I want to save Arizona and Nashville for last, guys. So let's go to Vancouver and LA. So Vancouver and LA, that was actually, I think, one of the last games to finish for us for you guys on Thursday night. Sorry, that one was fun to watch because it kept going, didn't it? Like that back and forth at the end. Now it was kind of a bold prediction there by Busta to pick LA. But Radie also picked LA over Vancouver. Vancouver is a solid team. You cannot count out the former Norris champion, Oh My Lettuce, nor can you count out Panchis or the rest of that solid group. But I am legit with Busta and Radie on this one. If that last game of the season is any indication of what we're going to be seeing in this series, I think this one goes the distance to a full 7, and I think LA takes it.
You see, this is my issue. Okay, I disagree with you, but I agree with you at the same time. The only thing that I see LA having an issue with is their defense. If they cannot find their defense, they don't win the series. They have the scoring ability. They have big guys up front, but their defense it's been very bad. I mean, if you look at their goals allowed, it's 249 to goals for 199. So
they're finding ways.
Same thing with what I said with Philly is that they need to find their defense. That's what it comes down to. Or they don't win this series.
Well, I think honestly that, again, what we saw in that last game proves that LA can handle themselves and come back and score.
Yes.
I think that this series is going to be a dirty series, and I do give the edge to LA here. That's just my personal opinion.
But also, there was 13 goals combined scored in that last game. How many games can LA keep up with that to be able to score 7?
With that group, how hungry they are, I think as many as they need to. That's my honest opinion. I think it's going to be dirty hockey like that. I think the games that are high scoring, it's going to be high scoring for both teams, and the games that are low scoring are going to be low scoring for both teams. And they're going to be a lot of 1-goal games, and it's going to go the distance. Like I said, I give the edge to LA. What do you think, Hollywood?
This is my prediction. I'll let Hollywood go. I think it's going to go game 7. If LA can find their defense, I think it's going to go game 6 if and Vancouver is going to win game 6. LA winning game 7, Vancouver game 6.
All right. What about you, Hollywood?
Listen, I think a lot of you guys are drinking that Kool-Aid here, man, or maybe watching of that Thursday broadcast from last week. Yes, LA came in, they had that miracle comeback from behind, got the W on there, but that's as close as it's gonna be. This is the playoffs here. If you're betting against Shem, okay, and the Vancouver Canucks on here, I mean, this guy knows what he's doing. You know, like I said, they came in, they took that game on Thursday night. We know who's the better team on here. It's Vancouver. Vancouver on there that night. You know, stuff happened in that third period that shouldn't have on this, and I don't think you're gonna get lightning strike again here in the playoffs. Vancouver should be move on. They are the better team on this. They finished the season well. And with a guy like Shem back there in Vancouver, you know, I'm not betting against Vancouver. LA finished 500 on the season on this. I mean, they just got in. They just got into the playoffs. You know, we could be talking about Vegas in here. You know, but yes, okay. So they made the playoffs. They had their story last week, but now it's the playoff time. And playoff is a whole nother animal here, fellas. I don't know what the other guys were talking about on here. I totally disagree. The Canucks here take this in 5.
I just don't see the Kings being able to keep up and outscoring the Canucks here like we saw last Thursday.
Well, fair enough.
I think the best the Kings can do is win 2 games in this series. That's the best I can see them doing. If it goes game 7, I think LA can take it.
What about you, Lindell? I heard you saying bold.
I've got Vancouver in 6. This was a
that-
tight series in terms of just, I mean, the goal differential wasn't very high, but it was the most goals scored out of any playoff series in the season series, 19-16. Like, that's a lot of goals on both sides.
Yep.
But LA does have some veterans. They've got guys like John Payne. They've got AT-43. They've got Silent Soldier. They've got these guys who have been around for a long time. But I think the real X factor for them is how much can Cavi play and how much can he control the play. When we played against LA in our second set, Cavi controlled every bit of play that LA had, and he lagged out of a game, and immediately we took complete control over the games, and LA couldn't do anything. If LA's going to win this series, Cavi's going to have to play as much as he can, and he's going to have to carry them. On Vancouver's side, She Too Young for you had, what did he have, like 16 points that last night or something? He had some insane amount of points, and he carried himself to 101. Kyle's been great for them this season. And then, as well as Hollywood mentioned, Stem on the back end, he's gotten so much better over the last couple seasons from where he was back in like season 10, season 11 to where he is now. He is such a solid defenseman back there, and you add in that they've got Lettuce. They've got a much better defensive core, and I think overall Vancouver should have this rather handily. Oh, and not to mention they've got the Vezina winner from last season in props.
Yeah.
I think Vancouver's the deeper team by quite a bit.
Yeah, and Shem is sitting 3rd for a defenseman on Vancouver. I mean, that's pretty impressive. I mean, that's Norris' potential winner right there.
Yeah. You know, there's something that's been said, I think, a few times here. You know, and as much as we like to look at the full season series, right? Like, so we can look at the season series between the two. Vancouver went 3-1, right? All those were in regulation. Not one of them went to overtime, so there were no overtime losses for either group. The playoffs is a different time. And, you know, what Lindell said gets to the very point of why I think LA has this one. It's the veteran experience, right? Yes, Vancouver has a lot of good guys, a lot of great guys with a lot of ability, but younger guys who, you know, haven't been around the same way that Stoned and Prosy and those boys have. Like I said, I think the experience at the end of the day, it's not going to be a cakewalk. It is not going to be easy. It is going to be a dirty, nasty, raunchy, fun to watch series that you guys are going to be covering. So I'm a little jealous about that one. But yeah, I think this one goes the distance and it goes to 7.
Hey, I'm not knocking LA, but from what I'm seeing is that have struggled on the defensive side, like tremendously. I think they need to come in and they really just need to slow down the puck here on Vancouver and not make any stupid mistakes. Turning the puck over. Like, there's just too many times where I've seen them go for the long passes when they can easily make the short breakout pass, and that's what's going to cost them. Those quick transitions back is what gets LA in trouble.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but Harry, man, I mean, who's stopping She's Too Young, man? We seen this guy explode last week. I mean,
that guy's
any
an
guy
animal.
on that LA squad that could stop this guy. I don't think they could. I mean, this guy is a total animal out there on the ice, and I see a big night for him in this series from him. Chalk, you mentioned a lot of veterans on that LA squad. Yeah, a lot of veterans there, but also a lot of old guys on this team, man. So, and maybe it's time to
you hear that, Snowda? He's calling you old, you old fart.
Hey, I am not knocking LA. I mean, their offense is definitely dangerous, but their defense is what I'm worried about. And Vancouver, I can confidently say, has the better defense, 100%. There's no doubt about that.
No, and I don't disagree with you there. Like I said, it's a different style of hockey. It's a completely different game in the playoffs, and like I said, I give the edge to LA. Like I said, it's not going to be easy. I'm not saying that LA is going to walk in and sweep these guys. No, this is going to be a hard-fought, dirty, raunchy, nasty series, and I am going to love every second of it. As soon as we're done doing our stream, I'm going to be going and re-watching your stream because that's the one I want to see. Let's get to our third and final series in the West here. We have Arizona versus Nashville. Now, there, I believe, is a general consensus here, and I want to go last on this one. So
I'll go first. I'll go first. And I'm going to be honest with you. Arizona's sweeping them. They're sweeping them. I don't care what anyone says. I think that Nashville team got really lucky making the playoffs. Yes, they're ahead of LA, but they've had their struggles. I haven't really seen anything impressive all season from them. Arizona's taking this. They're another scary team that I think they're really well built. And Akira, I mean, and he's running with a Wilksy. I mean, what else do you need? Like, you got a Wilksy on your team, you're set.
Nope, 100%. What about you, Lindell?
I really debated on giving Arizona this in a sweep, but I ended up giving it to them in 5. I think Tolerant and Alpha can probably steal a game in this one if they match up against the second line of Arizona. But much like you said for Edmonton, I've got Arizona going the distance for the West. Wow. This is a deep, deep team. They've got Flyers, they've got Easton, and they've got Naps up front on the first line. Yeah. On top of that, they have Bed Nasty, they've got Ratterly, they've got Fancy Duck, AOW Cynical, Jay LaCroix. I mean, that's a deep forward line. Or that's a deep set of forwards. You've got HD Metal and Colonel that are going to absolutely lock it down on D. And they've got Brabs and Wilksy on the second pair. That's disgusting. Yeah. And really the part that nobody's really been talking about has been Delhi. Delhi's been playing goal for them, and he's played fantastic. Everybody knows him. They know what he's capable of. But he's back to playing goal for 6, and just that tandem between Delhi and Akira is going to be insane, and it's going to be hard to stop.
Yeah, I was actually gonna hit on that, right? That so it is Delhi. I couldn't remember if it was Delhi or Dealey, but yeah, small sample size if you want to break it down, right? Only 6 games, 76.6% save percentage, 1.83 goals against. Now, there are 2 things that tells you though, and if you look at again the save percentages for all the goalies versus the goals against, this is a defense first team. Goalies aren't facing a lot of shots, right? Which is why those save percentages are low, right? So it's you get a little bit cold, you get that high quality opportunity. They maybe sneak one past you, but yeah, all 3 of them, be it Akira, Riggy Cheese, or Delhi, Yeah, that's it doesn't matter which one of them is playing. It's going to be tough for anybody. Not to mention you have Tree in there as well who can jump in. Yeah.
And Akira's been around this league for a while. I think since season 5. You used to be on those Frisch and Deeks teams back when they were really dominant, and he's been an elite goalie in the playoffs for quite a while. So
I was on that.
Him
Those
backing
teams
up for Delhi is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Beans, or whatever his name used to be.
Yeah. What about you there, Mr. Hollywood?
Listen, nobody's giving Nashville a chance here, huh? No Chalk, no Lindell, Harry.
I haven't made my prediction yet. So
on here, who is giving Nashville a chance right here? You're looking at it right here. My dark horse team, and this entire freaking playoffs, man. Whether in the West and the East Conference, Truck, you may have been talking about the Boston Bruins, in the East Conference. Yeah, maybe so. But listen, Nashville here. You guys thinking is this going to be a sweep here, or maybe 5 games? Listen, don't sleep on Nashville on here. I know there's a lot of guys on this squad that maybe this league is not familiar with, or maybe this league does not know well. Maybe they're new. Maybe this is their second season here or their first season on here. But this Nashville team can make a lot of noise, and I just feel, you mentioned your gut there, Chalk, man. I feel the same thing here with Nashville. I've seen this Arizona Coyotes team come in numerous seasons in the playoffs and do a choke job, man. And I think this season might be that, man. There's just going to be an upset here in round 1. And I'm going with Nashville, man, regardless what the experts and the panel here thinks.
No, fair enough. All right. So you guys ready for what I think? All right. Arizona is the easy pick here. They are 100% without a doubt the easy pick here when you're going by all the numbers, when you're looking at the stats hands down, and the ability. Where I think Nashville has been underestimated is the guys that they have and their ability to do things in the playoffs. And I'm talking about Tolerant. I'm talking about Rydell. I'm talking about Dragon. I'm talking about Two Taggers. I know Two Taggers is relatively new to this league, but have you guys seen his stats in other leagues and what this guy does in the playoffs? Have you, Getty, Alpha, these are guys who are known for doing the thing in the playoffs. This is another one of those series that I think we're hedging our bets on Arizona for good reasons, but I think this one again is going to be another series that is going to go the distance. I think it's going to go to 7, and I think Nashville will etch it out in 7. No, I'm going to get some hate for that one.
Yeah, but what position is Alpha playing? He's on defense and goalie, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Now Alpha's no slouch in net for sure.
Exactly, Alpha.
But my knowledge is he's a natural right winger. I mean, yeah, you have Alpha on your team, but he's not playing his primary position.
Yeah, but you have Tolerant, you have Hammer, you have Rydell, you have Dragon, right? You have Two Taggers.
Alpha Fallen has won championships.
Exactly.
Won tournaments. Not just at that right wing spot, man.
No.
The man plays anywhere on the ice. Don't take away his goaltending. His goaltending is great back there. So I wouldn't discount him in the series wherever he's playing, man. This guy, you could put him on defense. You could put him at center. You could put him at the right bench on there.
Exactly.
He's going to bring stuff to this game here. Listen, this is a team that I don't care who was in the lineup or anything. They put up 10 goals, double-digit goals against that number 1 St. Louis team, ranked. Yeah, I know. There weren't players. It was end of the season. St. Louis didn't care. But listen, when they want to turn things up, Nashville could turn things up on here. They've got players to do so, and they got players that could play multiple positions. So the rotation on this squad
Yep.
can happen. I mean, I got him as a black horse here. You guys say it's going to be a quick, easy series. I don't think it's going to be quick, man. I don't think it's going to be 4 and done or 5 and done on here. I think Nashville brings it to at least 6, if not 7 on here, and maybe even pulls off the win. I got him with the win. I'm sticking with my prediction on here.
Yeah.
But hey, who knows? Well, who knows what Mr. Hollywood knows, right?
Yeah, like I said, you
Hey,
know,
I mean, hey,
2 Tigers, 30 points in 10 games. Booty clap. 51 points in 18 games. Right? These guys didn't quite get the chance. Again, if the availability is there, right? It doesn't matter where you put Alpha. It doesn't matter if he's in net. I've played with the guy on defense. I've played with him in front of me. When that guy turns it on and he becomes a different beast in the playoffs. A lot of these guys become different beasts in the playoffs. You're going to see a different type of hockey than you've seen all season because these guys are fighting. These guys are going to be fighting. They got nothing to lose at this point, and they're going to go they're going to go all in on Arizona.
hey, I appreciate your guys' opinions and stuff on this, but I just disagree with you guys. I'm just,
Well, we're going to have to tally it up.
I mean, we're 2-2 on this.
Yeah. Well, technically 4-2 on this because Radie and
Yeah, you
Busta
guys
were
are
with
the
you
odd
guys.
mans out here. You guys are seeing
take
something that we're not seeing. So, hey.
Hold up.
Busta in the
heard my
house.
Heard
Busta.
my name. Which game we talking about?
We are talking
Arizona,
about
Nashville. I'm saying it's
Arizona.
a sweep.
Yeah, I think Arizona's definitely got what it takes to take Nashville in this one. I think they're just going to come away with it. Unfortunately, I don't think Nashville just has the right keys in place in order to stop this Arizona team, and it's kind of, if we're talking about the 2 biggest kind of landslide games that we're going to see, it's going to be that Arizona game, and I believe it's going to be that Buffalo game. I think those are just going to be the 2 landslides that we see in the playoffs in round 1.
fair enough.
I get what you guys are saying about Alpha, but he's only has 7 games in net and he's 4-3. I just don't think that's enough sample size to actually see what he can do. And from my knowledge is that they've been using him as a 6th forward on defense. So he's gonna have to really come up big if he's gonna play defense in the playoffs. I don't care who he is. He's still got to come up big and show up for them.
They have more. They have more than just him, buddy.
Well, here's the thing. Out of all these matchups, like I said in my video, I think that the biggest one, and I'm glad we get to cover it tomorrow.
I mean, we're covering all games tomorrow.
I think it's going to be that New York and New Jersey game.
Yeah.
I think those guys are going to put on one hell of a show, and I think it's definitely going to be one for the book because those teams are very, very, very good and very well put together. And I think they both are just phenomenal teams. Like I said earlier, they're really going to depend on Frisch and Cavries and Obi-Wan to kind of just put away the steamroll of a New Jersey team. But I think that's just the series of the playoffs.
Yeah. No, and like I said, I stand 100% with my prediction on this one. Like I said, playoffs are a completely different season. Take everything you know about the regular season and throw it out the window. That's why I made my prediction with Boston, and that's why I make this prediction with Nashville. I just think the experience and the playoff experience, the proven playoff experience, the championships that we've seen out of this group, I think, I give them the edge. I think that they can take this one. It's going to go the distance. I give it to Nashville.
I'll give you a little side note here. Tom Brady hasn't won every single Super Bowl, so does playoffs. I mean, just because they've been in the playoffs a lot doesn't mean that's going to secure them a spot. I just think with the way that these teams are, I don't think there is one really bad matchup. Like I said, I do think the 2 teams are going to kind of get put to the test and, might lose a little bit more than what people are predicting.
Maybe.
However, I do think that just because you have playoff experience doesn't always guarantee you a title.
No, and Yeah, it's again, right? It's one of those gut feelings, man. It's one of those gut feelings. I guess we're gonna see. We're gonna tally it up at the end of the first round and see who got what here. And it'll be interesting to see how everybody did with their picks. So I know Frisch wanted to get in here. I know Pancheese wanted to get in here. Guys, come on in, put up your hand. Love to start getting you all in.
Obstructions wanted to get in here.
Ooh, obstructions. Yeah, where is
Get him in
Obi?
there. Where's that butte?
Where's
Raise
that
your
butte,
hands.
Obi? We'll get Obi in
Kucherov
first
wants to
in
get in here. Let's
Oh.
get Kucherov in here as well.
Oh, there we go. All right, here. Let's get Kuch on in.
Before we continue, I'm
Yeah.
actually gonna hop out for the night, but it was good having this conversation. So let's
Right
see how
on.
this goes starting
Right.
tomorrow.
Right on, Lindell. Well, thank you very much for all your predictions. Thank you for joining us tonight, dude. It's been great to have you, and good luck to you and the Detroit Red Wings.
And you guys in Philly, I mean, it'll be a good series.
It's going to be a great series. I'm looking forward to it, brother. Have a good night. All right, with us in the party now, we have Kucherov, and we have Obi-Wans. How are you guys doing?
Oh, not too bad, man.
Doing pretty well. How are you guys?
Not too bad, not too bad. Okay, got to start with you, Kucherov. How does it feel having yourself the week off? Little time to relax. Are you happy with having that week off, or do you kind of wish you were going here?
It's a little bit of both, I guess. We were definitely pushing for that number one spot, but at the same time, kind of looking at it now, it's a week off without any games. You know, it's kind of tough to get guys in for warm-ups when there's no games going on. But
yeah.
But I think we enjoy the week off for sure. Take it easy for a bit.
Oh, 100%. Well, enjoy it because you guys definitely deserved it. You absolutely crushed it here this season.
I appreciate it, buddy. Got a couple beers on the way right now, so enjoying it.
Nice. Little cerveza on a Monday night.
That's it.
Easter Monday. Let's go. Obi.
Hey, Kucherov, man. I mean, I'm looking at the playoff bracket here. Unless something crazy happens, it should be Buffalo moving on. Should be the Flyers moving on here. So that means there's a very good chance that you guys play the winners out of that New York, New Jersey squad. Is there either one that you'd rather play next round? Would it be the Rangers or would it be New Jersey, or it doesn't matter there for you guys?
And don't forget that Obi-Wan's in here with you. Go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. We got a couple good relationships with a couple of the guys on the Rangers, so that would be a fun series for sure. But I don't think it really matters, to be honest. It's going to be a close series no matter what, and I don't know who's going to come out of what. So we'll see what happens.
Wow. Look at that. So diplomatic of him. I love this Kucherov guy. He's just absolutely fantastic. Such a beaut.
Go Seattle.
Yeah, go Kraken.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, go Kraken.
Seattle 2024 incoming.
There we go.
Make Seattle great again.
Oh, jeez.
That's it.
Were they ever great, though?
No,
they
haven't. I would be surprised if somebody takes that team and does something with it. It's like they got a curse.
That's okay. Okay, then I'm gonna take Seattle next season. Let's go.
I don't think that helps the curse, TJ.
Ow.
I remember when Jake ran that.
Man, I almost missed that one. Ow. Damn. That
Damn,
that
bro.
actually,
Shots
that actually
fired.
hurts a little bit.
JJ's gotta lay down.
Yeah. So Obi, most of us here have you guys, over New Jersey. How are you guys feeling walking into round one here?
I think we feel pretty good. We've got a good group of guys. We're all pretty confident in how we can play. We've had some talks in the Discord over the last couple days on how we can all improve our play and what we can do better, and how we can, like, if we ever get stuck in a mindset that we just need somebody to call us out, like just get at us, because sometimes it takes that one person pointing something out that we're doing wrong to get us out of that mindset and fix what we're doing. So basically, everybody so far has bought into that. It seems in the Discord. So I feel like we're pretty confident going in. We're definitely not going to sleep on New Jersey.
No.
They have a lot of sneaky good players in there. They're. I think he's GM. I can't remember who's GM. It's Diamonds. He's either GM or owner now.
Diamond
Nugs.
Yeah, his owner.
Yeah,
he's got like 98 points.
He's had an unreal season, like coming in and then taking over the team after all the stuff that went down for them. Like, I don't know, he's put up a pretty impressive team with what he's had to deal with. So, we are definitely not sleeping on them, but we are gonna go out there and play our hardest.
Right on.
Hey, Obi, how many hat tricks are you getting in this series, man? That's what I want to know.
I don't know. Hopefully a few.
Yeah.
Listen, I got a question though. It was brought up here on the broadcast on the show regarding stumps on there, because we did see part of the later part of the regular season. You guys struggled a bit here and there. Was it because of the stump situation on here? How's the man heading into the playoffs here? Do you guys have, is availability not going to be a factor here in this series? Was it a stumps thing that brought some of those losses towards the end of the season, or was it a combination of other things?
It was kind of a combination of everything, really. Like, losing Stomps is a massive blow to us. Like, he's been one of my boys forever now. He's the reason I joined the league in the first place, and I've managed with him. This is my second or third time with him, and he had an injury in real life, and it made him unable to play anymore. So losing him is a massive blow to the team for sure. He was our top line right winger, and obviously that's gonna hurt.
Is there any timeline on a return at all, or like not this season?
Not this season.
Wow, that hurts. That is a big time hurt. Busta, Harry, any questions here for the boys?
No, I think you guys pretty much covered everything that I was gonna ask. So
Yeah, so I was on my way home, and I want to clarify something with the New York Rangers here. I like your guys' team. All right, I think you guys are a phenomenal team, and I hate that you and New Jersey are against each other, because I like you guys both as teams. I wish you guys weren't facing each other, but I can't turn my back on New Jersey now. Not after the roller coaster that they've been on, and not after just the stellar performance that they put on. But I don't want you to get it twisted. I still like your guys' squad. You guys definitely have a good thing going on there in New York. Right now, I think New Jersey's got a hot hand, and I think both of you guys are going to take this to Game 7. I don't think this is going to be a blowout on either side, but I think you guys are going to take it all the way down to the wire.
Wait, Obi, what bet? Obstruction, incomparable, saying don't forget about our bet. What bet? There's a bet going on? Are you guys wagering?
Yeah. We made like a little wager here. We're both Pokemon fans, so we made like a wager on the Pokemon games or whatever.
Oh.
Just between the two of us.
Damn. Okay. I thought it was gonna be something a little more interesting than that, but that's not too bad here at all. Thank you very much, guys, for joining us here at Kucherov again. You guys enjoy the week off. We know how huge this is going to be. I know you guys are going to be paying close attention to what happens here in the first round, and we'll be looking forward to watching you guys in the second round as you continue your journey to try and make it to the finals.
I appreciate it, guys. Thank you. We'll definitely be watching the streams here every night.
Right on, Cooch.
So thank you.
Thank you. Uh-oh. Looks like Incomparable showed up to see.
You know how we do.
So we can. All right, boys. Let's hear a little chirping. You guys are going up against each other. What do you got?
I can't chirp this guy. I like him too much.
Oh, come on. Boo.
I can't do it. I like the Jersey boys. They're a good squad over there.
What about you? Incomparable? You gonna be nice?
I can't do too much chirping after last 10 games we had, like Hollywood said.
Oh, fair enough. Okay.
Oh, shots fired.
You know what? You know what, there, Caveries? I would let you in here, but I know you are willing to chirp, and I don't need the backlash that I would get from the heads if I let you in here. So let's not tonight.
Caveries, if you promise to be a good boy.
Right on. No, like I said, yeah, I'm giving the edge to New York in this series. A little more than an edge. And it's nothing against the Jersey boys myself. I just think that there's, that group effect. And the way we saw New York, the Rangers coming in, alive at the end of the season, you guys starting to struggle there at the end of the season. Sorry, incomparable, but my money's on New York here. But I hope you prove me wrong, man.
How much they paying you over there, Chalk?
Hey, it's all right. You may not have a Jersey fan in TJ, but you got a Jersey fan in Busta.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll make him believe.
Hey, Chalk, man, I'm a man of numbers on here. I gotta ask this incomparable guy on here, man. Listen, last 10 games of the regular season, what's going on here? I mean, you guys taking the season off? Just thinking about the playoffs on this? Was there availability issue? Or did you guys just want to get matched up with the Rangers here in round one? What's the deal with that?
Man, our lines just weren't clicking anymore. We had some last-minute adjustments, some competitive games against. We scrimmed sometimes with Boston a few games, tried out some new lines. So I mean, hopefully, got something working going into this week. Yeah. But yeah, we've just been struggling with what we had, so we thought we'd switch it up a little bit.
Well, hopefully you guys are able to get it clicking as you move here into round one.
Man, I sure hope so. I don't want to lose round one. I don't want to lose my shiny Pokemon.
No, you do not. Well, guys, I hope that the wager goes well for you guys here. I hope you guys are able to put it all together and that everything, everything falls in place. I think it's going to be a great series between the two of you. It's going to be a whole lot of fun to watch, and I'm really looking forward to it. I'm so glad that me and Buster are covering the East.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
pretty stoked for it too.
I can't wait to cover the games. Like I said, I think we're gonna have one hell of a show from the boys in Jersey and one hell of a show from the boys in New York. There's two great teams going head to head, and like I said, I wish I didn't have to root for one of you guys because both of you guys are, you guys are great guys to play with, and I just, man, it's going to be a great matchup, and it's going to be sorry to see one of you guys go home.
Yeah. 100%.
I mean, looking at all these matchups, I think it's gonna suck to see a lot of these teams get knocked out because, I mean, looking at a few of these teams, they have a lot of great skilled and some really great players on their teams.
Well, I mean, even looking at all these teams and all these matchups that we got going on, one thing to point out that I pointed out in plenty of other streams is a lot of these teams have been writing their own Cinderella story. And the question I keep asking is, who's going to finish their book? Who's going to be the one that cements that book and just finishes it, right? We have a lot of these teams, like, for example, Philadelphia, New Jersey, Boston being one of them, LA starting their own Cinderella story, fighting for that last spot over Vegas, and that's what makes this 6HL playoff so unique is that, there's such a fight. There's such a fight from each one of these teams to just come out on top, and I just can't wait to see the action.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree with you more there, Busta. Again, Obstructions Incomparable. This has been an awful lot of fun, guys. Thank you very much for joining us here on a wild Monday night. And again, wishing you guys all the luck in the world going forward.
Man, thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us, man.
Joining us
Appreciate it.
now. Cheers. Joining us now. Yes, sir, we can. Joining us now is the owner of the Boston Bruins, the team that I give the edge to when it comes to this Boston and Buffalo series. Yinzer, how are you doing, buddy?
Good, buddy. How y'all doing tonight? This was pretty cool. Appreciate y'all doing this.
No, man, this is fun. You know what? It's for my ego, really.
All right, settle down.
You know this.
Hey, we already said that this is the Dollywood show.
Exactly, Hollywood and Dollywood, right here. I'm gonna change my name to Dollywood. You just wait.
Mr. Dollywood.
Yeah, exactly, Hollywood and Dollywood. So, like I said earlier, I think the series will go the distance. There is something different about this group you got there in Boston. What's the feeling right now in that locker room with you and McPoyle and the boys going into this one?
I think, like you said earlier, we started figuring crap out about halfway through the season, where we got Freddie, and obviously we got Comrade. We got rid of some toxic players. I'm not even going to say who they are because that doesn't matter, but we got rid of some players that didn't fit with us. I wouldn't even say toxic, just didn't fit with us. And I think that's the biggest thing. We're finally able to play our game. We value defense, but I know Buffalo is going to come out there and trap hard, so we just got to get the puck deep. And like you said, it's going to really feel like a real playoff game in real life. There's going to be a lot of pucks in the corners and grindy tip goals and stuff, because I know they got P. Clem on their team, and like you said, the Wilksy boys and Llama and JT. But like you said, Royal really wants to beat JT.
Yeah.
And we want to shock the world, so.
Well, I think you guys could. I think you guys could definitely be the spoilers here. Like I said, I just see something different when I look at this Bruins team. Hollywood, you look like you wanted to jump in there.
Yeah, no. What's up, Yinzer? How you doing, brother?
Hey, good to see you back.
Good, man. Good to see you as well. And I followed you a lot of different seasons, different leagues. Well, I mean, you always, going into a draft, selecting teams, you always do a great job as far as the draft wise it goes, as far as putting a squad together. I know this season, the beginning half of the season wasn't so nice for you guys. Very ugly. I don't even think you guys are gonna make playoffs here this season, but you were able to turn things around. I mean, towards the end of the season, and how well you guys finished. I think my partner here thinking that you guys are gonna pull the upset here in round one. But yeah, I mean, I look at this team you guys are up against. It's it's a very talented squad. It's But if there's anyone that's going to do it, Yinzer, I think you're the man. I mean, you do have a great squad here. A lot of guys that you're familiar with, that you've played before. So you got the great chemistry with them on this. I just, like I said, I just feel Buffalo has too much firepower on there. I mean, what do you guys got in the game plan here, man? Is there anything you guys looking to do to how to slow down this Buffalo offense?
Yeah, we're really just going to have to keep them from being behind our net, honestly, because the Wilksy boys and just pretty much both lines, honestly, operate well behind the net. They run that low triangle, so we just have to do our best to keep them from behind our net and try to play as much defense as possible as a team, and then take the offense as it comes.
Your boy Sweat's got to step up here, man. I mean, he's been rather quiet. What's going on? I mean, I know this guy could turn it up, man. Is he going to be able to turn things up here against this Buffalo team?
We actually do not have Sweats. He's on Detroit now.
Oh, he did get moved. Okay. Right. On Thursday, I was looking for him, man. So he was one of the guys that did get moved. Okay, all right. I apologize with that, but I don't know. My man here, Chalk, says he thinks you guys are gonna pull the upset here, man.
Yeah, we have we had to basically play playoffs the last 3 weeks just to make the playoffs. So we're excited to finally play actual playoffs.
No, and like I said, I think that there's those hidden factors, right? Like those hidden gems. That again, right? You see the point total and you think mediocre, right? But like again, right? LeBlanc, hitting 50 points in 19 games. If his availability is good, you know, if Iggy has good availability, if Keefe has good availability, you know, if Kobe's availability is there, we know how much of a game changer Kobe can be in some of those, you know, in some of those playoff game situations, right? There's just such a solid group there, and that's why, like I said, I think that when it comes down to playoff hockey, it is a completely different season. I think this group is so well balanced and deep that I think that if any team can do it in the East, it's these guys. These guys can unseat Buffalo.
Appreciate it. Yeah, man. We know being the last seed, we got to go through all the good teams. So starts with game 1, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah.
Well, listen, if there's one man that knows the Wilksies, it's Comrade Borker on here, man. So he knows the game style. He's played with them before. He's played against them on here. And, you know, I think you guys definitely need a big game from Borker. And he's definitely a guy that's been able to do so here. No, you know, not just this season, but in the past as well.
You know, it's pretty obvious who the number 1 goalie is going to be. Who is going to be the number 2 for you, or have you guys kind of not made that decision yet?
We actually got 3 goalies, which is awesome, and they're all roster eligible. And also, I mean, this is kind of a sneak peek, but Diz is actually in Disney World right now all week, so he has good service down there, but we may just not risk that. But we got Big Buddy Moose and Tony Stark.
Yep.
1A, 1B, actually. And then we got Diz, obviously, who can lock it down too, but that's if needed. We're going to try to ride the hot hand for now.
Damn right, because that's the guy that I was going to bring up, Big Body Moose, right? Watching him play has been a whole lot of fun. You know, 3.1 goals against, 81.2 save percentage. Nothing to shake a stick at, man. And, you know, goaltender like that with the solid D pair in front of him, he can definitely steal you guys at least a couple of games. And that's really all that it takes.
That's what we're hoping. I forget who did we play Wednesday. I can't remember if it was who we played Wednesday or Thursday. These weeks are running together, but Moose literally won us one of the games. I think it was the game we actually clinched playoffs. And honestly, 2 weeks to go, I was like, man, Diz is going to be in Disney. We got to get another goalie.
Yeah.
And I just put goalie as our first option and for random assignments because there was no more draft. And just got lucky getting Moose, thank God, because there was like 6 other goalies on there. Some other good ones too, but Moose, playoff Moose is also different.
Oh, yeah. The hockey gods were smiling upon you, buddy.
Just like Zerky, like playoff Moose is different as well.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
But I think we got 2. We're going to surprise people. We got some people that got family stuff going on, like a couple of losses and whatnot. Shout out to them and their family, whatever. But we got some shakeups on lines, but we are going to be very balanced, and hopefully our game plan will pay off.
Definitely think it can.
But it's looking like full availability from pretty much everybody other than a couple people.
Very, very good. Harry, I know you had a question.
Yeah, just looking at the matchup, you know, what is one thing you guys want to go in and accomplish here, you know?
We definitely want to steal one of the first 2 games, considering we have to post our lines first. I know a lot of people don't know about management side of things, but we have to post our lines first for game 1 and 2. So if we can steal one of the first 2 games, I think we'll have the advantage going into seeing their lines also tomorrow night or Wednesday night before we even take the ice. Could be an advantage, but really we're just gonna. I don't want to tip our hand. I already said a lot, but we're just.
No, you're fine, buddy.
Fight for each other.
Right on. And that's what the name of the game is. It's all about.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys steal one while they have home ice advantage, I mean, that's going to be a big momentum swing for you guys, you know, big confident booster there. I'm hoping to see an upset, you know. I know I took Buffalo, but I'm rooting for you guys. You know, I just want you to know that, man. Like, I want you to come in and just maybe you guys don't win it, but you guys give a fight. You know, at least I want to see you guys take them to Game 7 and give your all. You know.
For sure. Yeah, we got a nasty Game 7 lineup too, as do they, I'm pretty sure. So we don't really want to see it get to Game 7. We want to, I mean, shock the world. It won't really be a shock to our team just because we know what we can do, but it'd be cool to win this game and then win an opportunity to play the Lightning, who are also freaking sweaty.
Buffalo then. Oh boy. Hollywood, you're about to jump in there.
Yeah, listen, Yenser, just want to say, man, win or lose this series on here, just want to say congrats on the well season here, especially with what you had to work with, being able to turn this team around to make them competitive and here in the playoffs. So win or lose here, just want to say good luck in the playoffs. And that's huge with this, if this is not going to be in there, because I seen them last Thursday, man. This guy was tremendous. I mean, you guys lost the 1-0 game, but you can't blame a goaltender on that. And then a big reason why you guys were even in that overtime game, or was it double overtime, I believe. He was making some tremendous saves. So hopefully he's available there. But listen, I mean, you could only play the guys that you have. You know what I mean? If they're not there, it's out of your control. But good luck tomorrow night.
Appreciate it, buddy. Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing about our team is we didn't even really need to rest our starters in order to get guys playoff eligible. It just happened naturally because of how much we spread the wealth around all season. And when we traded for guys, we made sure they had availability and whatnot.
Yeah, making sure the guys have games and that they're playoff eligible is a huge important factor. When you're stepping into these playoff situations, especially if you want the potential of making a deep playoff run. Thank you very much, Yinzer. Really appreciate it, man. Appreciate you giving us your time. And you know me, man. I will 100% be rooting for you. And I can't wait to see what you guys can do and watch you guys shake up some ground here in round 1.
Appreciate it, buddy.
Cheers.
Yeah, good luck in the playoffs. I'll be rooting for you guys.
Hell yeah. Sounds like we got some fans over there.
Of course.
I know you guys will be playing shipping up to Boston in your locker room. Good luck to you guys. Even though I picked Buffalo to win it, I know you're shipping up to Boston.
Yeah, I picked Buffalo, but I'm definitely rooting for you guys.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, guys.
And on that
thanks for coming on.
Definitely.
That was the owner of the Boston Bruins, Yinzer. Again, thank you very much to that guy for joining us. With us now, at the very start of this whole show this evening, I talked about us not being able to talk about the playoffs without talking about this team and this guy. I went the night before. After the matchups on the Wednesday night, I hit Pro Orb up on his DMs and I was like, hey, look, do what you can, put a line together. If you guys can take Vegas into instead of your season being that, it was just not a great season, your ending story can be that you are the team that eliminated the Las Vegas Golden Knights from the playoffs. Pro Orb, how does it feel?
I like Rich. It was a little bittersweet.
Yeah. No, fair enough.
hey, just on a side note, I would just like to say thank you, Pro Orb. Thank you for putting my team into the playoffs. I appreciate it.
Everybody not want fucking Vegas.
No, you know what? It had nothing. Okay, so I'll be honest with you from my perspective, right? A lot of it started for me that same Wednesday night because you had oh my God, what's his name? your big defensive guy there that got the 33 hits and broke the hit title.
Grinchy.
Yeah, so Grinchy. So, you guys are posting up that, Grinchy took the hit title, right? And, the most noticeable thing in that was obviously like the 12-2 loss, right?
Right.
Big loss. But I'm sitting there and I'm thinking to myself, you know what? Like, these guys lost 12-2, but kept on playing for one another to at least help this guy get to 33 hits, right? They deserve something more. So the fact that you guys were able to come out on the last night of the season and single-handedly, right? If Vegas had have taken one of those games, LA would have been out because they would have had more regulation wins. They had more regulation wins than LA. So that was it. Right?
Yep.
All you had to do was beat them in both, and you did exactly that. And like I said, that to me, that is the story that I'm going to remember about Minnesota this season.
Well, what's funny is just like that's kind of the whole point. Is like, the few people that were still left were like, well, we want to be remembered for something, so that's why we kind of looked at the records and we were like, what's achievable here?
Yeah.
So pretty much we just kind of let Grinchy loose and said hit him. And what's funny is like a lot of people were like on us about, oh, long game, lots of penalties. He had 33 hits, 4 penalty minutes. He wasn't the one taking the penalties. It was everybody else that was taking penalties.
Oh.
So
And he didn't take a roughing penalty. I know he took a trip.
He took a trip and a charge.
Yeah.
And those were his 2.
Yeah.
And it was Slay God who took like a 5-minute boarding. That one was the one that really.
Yeah, that would definitely put away. Yeah, no, like there was, it was really, really good to see. I guess the main question that I have for you now, obviously, aside from, how does it feel to play spoiler? Because that obviously has to be a good feeling, right? Like you played spoiler, you didn't make it yourself, but you stopped another team from making it. That's
bittersweet.
Yeah.
Bittersweet.
No,
I like
fair
Ridge,
enough. Like I love Ridge and the boys too, right? Optimal, Ranty, right? Great guys. But that's one hell of a story. Right, for that bottom team to kind of to just play spoiler that night. The real question that I have now is, your first season owning in the 6HL, you definitely did the thing. What are you taking from this season? And will we see Pro Orb return for season 14?
Let me ask you this: what the correct answer?
I don't know what the correct answer is here.
So I'll give the PC answer, which is, it's fun because it's something that I enjoy doing. I love hockey, so it's fun to like put together a group of guys, try to win. A lot of guys I've never, spoken to before, but just knew from playing against them and stuff like that. And it's just kind of fun to see what's possible. As for, everything else, it is what it is, There's this, as it being an internet-based league, obviously it's going to have its, flukiness and its, inconsistencies. There's certain things you can't control, certain things you can control, so it's always going to have its difficulties, but as a whole, it's fun, you know? Will I do it again? Maybe as an assistant. But I just found myself in a lot of positions where, like, I'm out with my wife on date night and my phone is blowing up because a lineup I put out, the day before, and I have 3 no-shows. And it's like, well...
Yeah. No, I fully get and I fully appreciate that, but I think that also comes with... let me be diplomatic here. That comes with having a better management team. And that's all I'm going to say on that one. I'm not going to call anybody out by name. I think that those of us here in this room kind of know exactly what I'm referring to. But at the end of the day, right, your management has to be able to pick up that slack, and the fact that, you didn't have that backup and support, that's not on you, man. That's definitely on them.
Yeah, I mean, it was one of those things, too, where, like, one of my guys was, for my management team, was a good friend of mine. And he got so upset with how much complaining and how much, stressful stuff was going on. He's just like, this it's supposed to be fun. This isn't even worth it. He didn't even want to play anymore. And it's like that's what toxicity does in the locker room. It literally demoralizes players from not playing. And you can clearly see from the pitfalls that we went through this year that was blatantly what was the driving force to send us into the ground, because we had the talent, but we just couldn't get everybody on the same page for long enough to actually string wins together. Because when we had the lines out there and when we were playing, I mean, we were just as good as any team out there. It's just a matter of there was too much weight with the toxicity in the locker room, and that also comes with, you know, not knowing every guy. You know, the more players you know, the easier it's going to be to curb stuff like that. But it's just that's kind of the whole point of a draft league, is to play with guys you don't know, to play with players you don't play with on a regular basis. So it's just, it gets annoying when people come in here and it's like, oh, I came here to play with my friends. Well, then why'd you pick a draft league? There are so many bring your own team leagues where you could just pick up your buddies, get a team, and play. Why join a draft league? So I think it's people making dumb decisions ruining it for the rest of us personally.
In some cases, but I will say personally, I hope you learned a little bit from this season, and I definitely hope that we do see you back for season 14, man. You know, I'll be rooting for you if you come back next season, and hopefully we can make some magic together.
Yeah, I mean, I'll definitely be playing for sure. It's just a matter of, will I be in some form of management or just a player? And like I said, I've pretty much, I got my fill of being the head honcho. I'm more than okay with being an, you know, AGM or a, you know, assistant, just whatever, because I do have a lot of knowledge and I have learned a lot from this experience. But I'm all set with being the go-to. I'm all set with being the top of the pyramid for a little bit.
Fair enough. Hollywood, you look like you're about to jump in there.
Yeah, listen, Orb, man, it was fun calling your guys' game, you know, even though how you guys finished here in the regular season, it was great that you guys were able to fight till the end. It was great games to call on that. You mentioned about Grinch there. Listen, he wasn't taking penalties, but I'll tell you what he was doing. Scoring a lot of damn goals, man. 5 goals on the night for him. I got to ask you, you know, not only about winning both games on there, but how did it feel being between the pipes and actually having like a 2 or 3 goal cushion lead in this game, man?
I mean, again, we had the talent. We just couldn't get everybody on the same page. So there was a lot of times too where it's like, you know, I could have tried a little harder to make an extra save here or there in some of those games, but you know, it does get a little demoralized. It's a little taxing. But if you notice, every time I was the feature game, I tried to give you guys a little extra flair in net, regardless of if we won or lost. just to make it a little more fun to call.
Barrel roll.
I got a couple of them too with that.
Yeah, you did. Yes, you did.
It's all about having fun, you know. As much as it is also a competition thing, we do this for fun. It's not like any of us are getting paid to do this. We literally do this so we can enjoy it, have fun, talk to our buddies who also enjoy it. So at the end of the day, that's kind of my attitude towards it. And like I said from day one, all I wanted to do was win one game. I could win one game, well, I consider myself successful, because I guarantee you there are people out there that have gone winless somewhere, some way.
No, fair enough, and you definitely won more than one. So
I mean, we teetered that playoff spot for a while.
I mean, that you did. I remember, like, really quickly, I'm going to let you go here in a second. I remember watching that second game against Vegas there, and when they jumped out to that 3-0 lead, I was like, oh boy, this is it. And all of a sudden, it's like 1, 2, 3. Like, was there a chat between periods that kind of like sparked the boys, or was it just the group mentality?
It was a timeout that we took. I don't remember which one, where it was. I think it was in the second period. We took a timeout, and it was like literally like, I want to say the next shift after the timeout we scored, and it's like momentum is just such a big important part of this game. And I think I saw something on like a Reddit forum literally today where some guy was complaining about how his team outshot the other team 28-6, and it was a 2-3 game. And it's like, momentum is huge in this game. It really does factor in. So if you can slow down the momentum with a hit, a fight, a timeout, and reset the momentum, you really do give your team a chance to win. If you can just get the next one, now the momentum's in your favor. You're getting the puck pickups. You're getting the big hits. It does change things.
I got something here.
All right.
First of all, I just want to say thank you and your team for showing up on the last night and not giving Vegas 2 free wins. It's not that we didn't want them to lose. It's the fact that we wanted a story for end of the season. Minnesota, not even are not going to make the playoffs, but they come in and they ruin a team's chance to make the playoffs. And I couldn't ask for a better story for the end of the season.
Well, what's funny too is, if you notice, in that week, I actually had to forfeit the games on Monday, and I posted the availability. I had 6 or 7 people available for each game, so I had no wiggle room. If somebody doesn't show up, we're not playing.
Wow.
So on Monday, I tried, couldn't get the guys, but on Thursday, I went down my roster and messaged every single person, and I was like, can you play? Can you play? Can you play? Until I could get a full 6 that was ready and available. And a lot of them didn't show up until 10 o'clock either, so there was no warm up, there was no nothing. It's just we were bandaged and taped in that last week trying to get 6 guys on the ice. So
to tell you the truth, me and Holly were in the booth, and I mean we just couldn't believe what we were seeing. You guys, they were scoring, but you guys looked like the more dominant team, when you say here, Hollywood.
And just a quick shout out there to King Perp, who he had a pretty significant negative life event, and he thought he wasn't going to be able to play at all during the week, but he stepped up for 2 nights and played in crucial spots where if he doesn't play, we're forfeiting. So very good team player guy. So if anybody's looking for someone to draft next year, King Perp plays both defense and offense. Very smart, pretty loyal dude. Just a quick little shout out there.
Perp is a great guy. Absolutely great guy.
Listen, Orb, man, if all it takes is prime time TV there for Minnesota to show up to games, to play the games on here, man, to be competitive. I'm sure you could talk to Harry, talk to Chalk here, talk to his people, their people. I'm sure they can come with some kind of agreement for next season and get you guys on prime time every week.
My people will call your people.
My people will be in touch.
Right on. Thank you very much, Pro Orb. Great to have you. Best of luck next season. Again, I hope we do get to see you back in some sort of management capacity, brother.
Thanks for sure.
Cheers.
Yeah, thanks for giving us that one exciting last moment in the regular season. It was really fun watching you guys take down Vegas.
Anytime, boys, anytime.
That's season 13. Hoorah. That was Pro Orb, the owner of the Minnesota Wild, joining us now. It's the owner, and I believe Pan is the GM. It is Oh My Lettuce and Pan Cheese from the Vancouver Canucks. Oh My Lettuce, how are you doing, buddy?
My favorite vegetable.
Oh, he still got himself on mute. There he is now.
What's going on, boys?
How you doing? Your cousin from Boston. How's it going, Lettuce?
Not too bad, man. Just gearing up for the playoffs. Pretty excited. I brought my better half on tonight. He's going to be doing the majority of the speaking. He's the more polished version of the management crew.
No.
So let him take point.
Fair enough. Now I gotta ask, and Panchies, you can field this one if you want to. But were you guys watching earlier? What was that? Oh, looks like we're getting a little not able to hear him. Panchies, you there?
Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Were you asking about the stream?
Yeah, if you guys were watching, yeah.
Yeah, we heard the predictions earlier, and very interesting takes from media team, to say the least.
Hey, you know what, man?
Did you guys did you check the line chart for those last 2 games?
It's split right down. It's split right down the middle. 3-3. You know, again, like I said, I don't get me wrong. I don't think that you guys can't do it. I just think it's going to be a dirty, nasty series, and in a series like that with some of the experience there, you know.
Yeah. I appreciate the free bulletin board material.
Fair enough. No, put it up. Get the boys hyped up and ready to go. What is going to be, you know, the game plan and the main focus going in against this LA team?
I think I'm gonna let Panchis take that one if he's with me. He's more of the tactician here. I kind of just show up and do my best. You know, he's the brains behind the operation.
Fair enough. Panchis, what do you got for us? What's the plan against LA? Panchis has himself on mute. He hasn't.
Panchis the mouthpiece on here. Listen, let us go ahead. I think he's good now.
Pan? No, we're still not getting any audio from him. Why don't you drop out, buddy, and then we'll let you back in, and hopefully we can get you going then. I know Hollywood had a question for Lettuce here.
Listen, I don't know if he's the mouthpiece or does he do hand signals on here. Maybe put him on camera. But Lettuce, I gotta ask you, man. I mean, if you watch a show or not on here, I don't know what. Listen, I don't know what my colleagues on here are on, or they've been watching, or they've been getting the hype here of LA making the playoffs on here. LA pulling up that upset win at the end of the season. I'm not buying it on here. I think you guys take out LA here in round 1. And move on to the next round here. I think a lot of these guys have just been watching a lot of that Cinderella story.
I mean, you can, I mean, did you guys actually watch the games, or are you guys just checking stats? You know, no, I'm just kidding. But I mean, they got a good team. They definitely have some depth, but I think we have 2 solid lines that are, I think, skill level, and both D pairs were pretty equal. You know. We got 2 good goalies. I think our depth is one of our strong suits, and I can't wait to showcase it. You know,
does Shem have his internet situation figured out, or what, man?
What do you mean by that?
I saw his ping on last game.
Yeah, his ping was a little out there.
Through the
Oh,
roof.
was it? I wasn't watching it at all. No kidding. I mean, hey, maybe that's why it's putting up so many points. You know, maybe it's working in his favor.
Maybe.
Guys like a 2-point per game defense since he moved him back there. Been helping us out a lot, actually.
Yeah, kid's unreal. Absolutely unreal. Fun to watch.
You know, Lettuce. I actually picked you guys to take this series in Game 6. I gotta give LA. I got to give LA 2 games. All right, they can at least win 2 games against you guys.
Oh no, I mean, hey, I'm not saying that they're it's a mismatch by any means. They're a good team. You know, that's why you play the game. That's why you play the game.
But
I think
the reason why I say that is because I just don't think their defense can keep up with you guys. Yes, we saw that you guys scored 13 goals in that second game. I just don't think they can keep up with that. You know. Every night, I just don't think they're gonna keep up with you guys defensively.
There's firepower on both teams. You know, I think it might be a bit of a track meet.
Yeah.
You know, with Soldier on their team, I know even Clint contributing to the back end.
Yep.
You know, I'm a little surprised by that, if I'm being honest. But hey, I'm gonna tip my cap where I have to. You know, wink, wink.
Yeah.
Get those brownie points in.
Yeah.
You know, a slight little shot. I follow with a compliment, you know. That's how I like to operate.
No, fair enough. I want to make sure that you're able to own again next season. That's
yeah, right. I mean, I've created enough of a storm in various channels, you know. If the people in charge will have me, you know.
We don't need to cover that right now. It's you know, it's the end of the season, and we'll see what happens next season. But you're right. You know, a silent evil. Twista, Prosy, Stoned, right? There's some definite firepower there. What do you think the X factor is going to be for Vancouver in this series?
I think our X factor is just our overall depth. I mean, I think any one of our forwards in our top 6 can put the puck in the net, and many of our defense we can contribute as well. You know, we picked up Millsy at the last RA draft. He's at like a 4 points a game player. He's absolute dynamite right winger. You know, pretty much anytime he gets the puck, he can end up in the net. Same with Cheese too, is the same way. Secure sniper. You got guys that can move the puck and get them the puck. It's not good for the other teams, you know.
No, for sure. Yeah, there's so much ability on both of these teams. I think LA was underwhelming with all the capability of being, you know, a top team. And that's where, like I said, I think there is, you know, that there is that chance, and I'm not that I'm rooting, but
Right.
but playoffs are a completely different game, and like I said, if the last game there was any indication, it's going to be interesting to see what kind of series this ends up being. Is it being
Teams like
no, go ahead.
Sorry, teams like LA that had to battle the entire season just to get there are also dangerous. You know, we've had our position locked up for how long, and then they've had to battle up to the last week of the season. So that's something to be thought of as well. You know, they've been playing good hockey, playing meaningful games.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, they've already been playing playoff hockey now for the last couple weeks.
Right.
And you can't discount that. You know, coming in. Panchi's back in here with us.
Is he? Let's go.
Panchies, how you doing?
Good to go.
There you go. Finally, we can hear from this guy.
Yeah,
Vancouver representing. Let's go.
I switched over to the PC, made sure I had the right mic going for you guys.
Perfect. So again, like I was asking before, you know, looking at this series as a whole, what do you think it is that you guys have to do in order to control this one and shut LA down?
I don't know if they mentioned it before. I heard somebody mention our defense compared to theirs. I think if we're able to just, you know, control the game defensively, control the puck, control possession, we should be okay. I think they lack the depth that we have, and I don't mean that against them in any way, but I think if we're able to keep our lines together and able to make them move the puck well, comparatively, hold on to the puck, I think we have a lot better chance.
Kind of force them into playing your game.
Correct. Slow the game down, you know?
I totally agree with you.
Yeah, well, see, now, and that's where I see it a little bit differently, because you guys took the first game against them on Thursday, and you lost the second game. And the one common factor in both games was it started out very defensively for the Vancouver Canucks. But inevitably, you know, they forced you to play their game. Right? So how are you going to avoid that through this series? Because, again, they are a team that, you know, again, just those quick transitions, right? If they're making those quick transitions, right, it forces you to kind of change that game plan. What's the focus now to deal with that?
So, me and Lettuce argue about this all the time. So my biggest thing is I think possession of the puck in terms of neutral zone is considered defensive hockey. So if you're turning the puck over, making them have places in transition, that's bad defense. That might be a conversation you might have to discuss with me later, but in terms of that is all, anything that happens below the red line, the defensive side of the ice, that's defensive hockey. So if you're creating those transitions, we're not playing well defensively, and I think that's one thing that our team does. We kind of built our team around having good defensemen. That's why we got Nip in here. That's why we got Chem. We have 4 defensemen that are not going to turn over the puck that often. I can see that Chem's listening. He better be listening. But, you know.
Well, that's hopeful. You know, normally with like 35 seconds left in the third period, up by 1, and I have the puck, I might turn it over right out front of the net. But, you know, I'm trying to limit those.
Hey, I've done that before too.
And I think that's like the biggest part about the video game compared to actual hockey, and I think the possession is the most important part of the game, valuing the puck, and I think that's kind of what we try to base our team around. And like, we might not be as skilled as the top level teams in the league, but we have 10 guys, we have 12 guys, 14, 15 guys that are gonna control the puck, want to control the puck, want to value the puck, and I think that matters more than anything else.
Well, that's an absolutely great answer. Great answer. Saw you were about to jump in there, Hollywood.
No, I mean, just to add to the point here, I mean, I watched that Vancouver LA last game of the season. It's ironic that you guys match up here in round number 1. But time possession was definitely in your hands. Every time I watched on there, it was like you guys are in that LA zone majority of the games. And what about your guy, man? She's too young for you. I mean, this guy was on fire, Chalk. I mean, what would he put, like 10 points in both of those games? He had a hat trick in each on there. So I think if LA cannot figure out how to stop this guy on here, it's going to be a quick series here for Vancouver.
Well, once you stop Shees two, then you got to worry about Kyle, and you got to worry about Nilsey, and then you got to worry about myself and Cheese. You know, like, have fun. Have fun locking all of you. You stop one, you got 4 other guys coming at you.
Oh no, and no doubt there's no lack of talent on this Vancouver group. I like I said, boys, I think this is going to be one hell of a series. It's going to be a grinded out, dirty, nasty hockey series, and I cannot wait for it. Absolutely. Harry, you wanted to get in there.
I think you stole a few of my questions, so I'm still I got nothing right now. But I just think going into this series, I just gotta disagree with you here, Chalk. I think Vancouver's got the better defense, and I feel like LA, they've been struggling on defense the whole season. I just feel like if they can't find their skates back there, they're gonna be having trouble, is how I see it.
Well, fair enough. What about you, Busta? I saw you, the mic going off and on there. Oh no, he stepped away. We got Shemmy in here now. What's going on, Shem?
What's up, guys?
How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. So I saw Panties here talking about like the quick breakouts, defensive play. Today we were having a little discussion about fundamentals. And,
oh yeah.
Panties want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Shem, I, and Lettuce probably have way too many, powwows regarding our defensive play than we should. But I think overall he's really coming into his own over the last couple of years. We played with Shem probably for 3 seasons now. He's a younger guy in the league, so it's fun to get him on board with what we're doing, and I think he's really kind of buying in lately, and I think it really helps out with the success of this team overall.
Oh, that's
We just tell Shem, you play fundamental hockey, you play. If you don't, you can watch us play. That's kind of how we leave it.
You know what? It's good to hear that there's like all that, that there is a high level of communication between you guys. I think that's hugely important and underrated. I don't think there's such thing as too many powwows. Back in my days of owning and management, that was one of the things that I keyed in on all the time, was making sure that we were talking and working on different ways of doing things, working on different plays. While these guys are working well together, who do we put with them, to make this full thing click, and trying to find those different ways. And Shem, it's good to see, young guy who's being responsible, taking that feedback, and growing with it. I think there's, you're definitely going to make a big name for yourself here in the 6HL, and it's great to see.
Yeah, in that last game, or past few games, it's been a little bit of trolling that will be gone during playoffs, so things will be different.
It better be.
I hope so. I hope so. I know it's easy to get into into those routines sometimes, but
in Shem's defense, though, he's been teaching some of us some things, though, with just his overall skills with his thumbs.
guy.
The board passes, he can hit his winger, on the same side 10 out of 10 times for a breakaway.
I want to talk about that. I want to talk about that, Lettuce, man. You mentioned about the boards, and since we got Shem on here, Shem, take me back to the play. You know what I'm talking about? How you taking a slapper around the boards from your own end, and the puck ends up in the net on the other side with a penalty being pulled on top of it?
All right,
I
well,
want to know.
Trying to slap it to my right
Hey,
wing.
don't be
off the wall.
giving him any team secrets though.
Yeah.
It's our secret play. Just tell him if you gotta ask, you probably can't afford it.
That. Oh
my
god, that was. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, I was trying to slap past it to my right wing, and it hit a weird bounce and just went in. The goalie hugged the post standing up, and it slid in.
Are we going to see some of that in the playoffs, man?
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try and do a slap pass. I'm not sure about the full ice goal.
Right on, buddy. Well, hey, when it works, right? Just keep rolling with it. You definitely got it going.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, with all three of you guys here, I feel bad about picking LA now. I feel like I'm just kind of I'm a little overwhelmed now by the amount of Vancouver we got in here.
We showed up
Yeah,
Step
Chuck,
Brothers
feel
style.
shame.
We showed up Step Brothers style for the interview.
Yeah, exactly.
We're
What'd you say,
wearing
bro?
suits.
Well, if we have too many Vancouver, why don't we bring in someone from New York? Let's bring in Cavries.
Oh.
Hey, I got a question though. Time out though. Isn't Busta on LA?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how does he have a pick?
I'm on Philadelphia, and I had a pick.
Yeah, but true.
It's a bias. It's a biased pick. So is it really a pick though? Come on.
Wait. What was the question?
That you're on LA, so how could you have a pick on that one?
Oh, well, I had a pick for all the other ones.
Yeah, but
I've also picked my team to lose in previous games. It wasn't just that particular one.
Yeah, it's okay.
I literally had a dance battle for your honor earlier today.
I defend my own honor, and that's why I'm defending it here. I just appreciate the media team giving us some bulletin board material, like I said earlier. I got Chem putting it up right now in the locker room. Yeah.
Hey, I got a question for Shem here.
Yeah.
Walk us through a Thursday night with that ping that you were playing with.
Oh boy.
Did it make you play any better?
No, we're not. Maybe play worse, but they just left the 1T open a little bit, and the left wing also switched to truculence in the second game, so it was kind of hard to play against that in the ozone at least.
Because me and Hollywood were watching. We were in the booth, and you were outstanding in that game.
Yeah,
from
we don't
what
know
we
if you
could
were
see.
using McDonald's Wi-Fi on there or what.
It's a West Coast game. I'm not
No,
wired.
it was the public library's Wi-Fi.
I was gonna say he was at the Starbucks, but no, I guess.
He was at the local Starbucks.
Yeah.
We gotta get the rest of these guys in here. There's only 3 other people in this chat. We gotta get them all into the speaking room, or whatever you call it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we'll invite them. We'll get them in here.
Oh boy, we got Cavries in here. Cavries, mind your mouth. Let's go, buddy. How you doing?
Achilles, you want to get in here?
So we have ourselves a goaltender for the oh my god, I was about to say Los Angeles. No, for the Tampa Bay Lightning Loxies. This guy getting a week off. Did you want the week off, or would you rather be playing right now, Lox?
I'd rather be playing.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. Sometimes that bye week can definitely hurt.
Yep.
Yes, sir. Yes,
You
sir.
get Tampa and St. Louis on that, man. They both got the bye, right?
Yeah. How are you guys feeling going? How are you personally feeling going in regular season done? You feeling good about it, or?
What?
How are you feeling about going into the postseason?
Oh, I'm feeling good.
Fantastic.
Between I know Cavries is your brother. Who do you think's gonna take that series between New Jersey or Rangers?
Ooh. I honestly want the Devils, so I don't have the chance of facing him because he has my number in this league so far right now.
Oh.
Okay, so you want the Devils so you can have a win on Cavries.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, could you really say that's a win if you don't face them?
Hey, in the series
mean-
against each other, season 12, Nashville, Los Angeles.
Season 9.
did
Season
not
9.
against him.
I mean, right now you technically do have a win over them because you're automatically in the second round.
Yeah.
One could say.
Yeah.
I am.
There you go. You passed go. You collected your $200 and you're making it all the way to the second round.
I mean, that's
there,
a
bud.
win right there.
Hey guys, I don't know if you noticed, but I gotta do this one time at least.
The last night of the season, I was trying to go for that subpar 2 goals against average. I just needed one shutout. One shutout. And I would have had a subpar 2 goals against average for the season.
How many
So-
shutouts you got this season?
4?
Huh?
Was it 4 or 5 you had this season? Shutouts.
7.
7.
Wow.
Unreal, bro.
Do we know if anyone else has any more than that? I think that might be the highest.
I don't think so. I think that is the highest. That's unreal. Absolutely unreal.
And that in this league with that with all this competition, that's pretty impressive.
7 shutouts, 10 wins.
Wow.
Wow.
Is right.
Cavries coming in.
Cavries. Bringing the heat.
It's crazy. The closest guy to that is Swag, man, with 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. Double digits.
Hollywood remembers that series though that I had to put up against Nashville for Halo.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, I go back there. I remember those days, man. LA Squad, Nashville. Yeah, those was definitely some great battles in the postseason. I'm expecting to this season as well, man. A lot of good teams, a lot of great talent out there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. Lettuce, definitely, again, like I said, wishing you guys the best of luck. Expecting to see one hell of a series out of you and LA. And again, want to
Thanks,
thank
man.
you for joining us, brother. It's,
Oh, no problem at all.
been-
Appreciate it.
been an absolute blast.
Can I change my prediction?
Oh, no. Wait, what prediction?
Hey,
Between the Vancouver and LA,
you
just
not
because I think with Lettuce has all this fuel now, I think Vancouver's gonna come in and 4-0 them.
Oh, you're calling the sweep.
Nah, it's like they got their sweaty players are very, very good. We got some sweaty players as well. It just comes down to depth.
I'm
I
calling
mean,
Vancouver in 5.
It'll be nice.
I like how humble you are, but unfortunately that's not how I'm gonna go about this.
It'll be nice to try. I've been it'll be nice to actually throw the clamps on it. And I say that now. I'll get up 6 goals. And
Mainly because Clint's on that team, and I just want to see him.
When did Clint become Nick Lindstrom Jr. back there? Has like 40 points. What's he doing?
Yeah.
Clint has always been goated like that though.
Who does he know in the league? It's almost like he runs the league,
Yeah, right?
Like-
Yeah.
Right? It's like all of a sudden, like every now and then he just finds a pair of thumbs and he's like, hey guys, check these out.
Yeah,
I think he just just throws his name on like the 3rd assist. You know how there's only 2 assists? He's the 3rd on every goal.
Well, if you think about it, you look at his track record. He signs up late. He always ends up on a really good team. The Rangers, then Calgary, and now LA. I mean, they got a pretty solid team.
He was my first owner actually, which is funny enough.
Wow.
Seasons ago, but thanks again.
Didn't he bench you?
No, I joined like 2 weeks before the end of the season, and I couldn't become eligible for playoffs as a roster player, so I was like,
Gotcha.
prospect. Yeah.
Nope.
But
fair enough. Right on, Lettuce. Thank you very much for joining us, man. Really appreciate your time.
no problem at all. It was a pleasure. I like being PG on here and toxic and jump chat.
No.
That's how I roll.
No. Fair enough.
Have a good night,
Go
boys.
Canucks. Cheers.
Yeah,
buddy.
thank you for coming on.
Anytime you guys need it. What'd you say? I'm sorry.
You can't out toxic Tampa in the Gen chat. That's just doesn't
Who-
happen.
who's
Toxic Tampa. That's Loxy's.
Loxies.
Oh, I love it.
Lettuce,
love
I
it.
hope you face him and you poop on him.
Hey, I mean, I live like 45 minutes from Tampa, so does that count?
No,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes,
Okay,
it
all
does.
right.
Yes,
Sounds
sir.
good.
I'll let it count.
All right, sounds good, boys. Have a good night.
Cheers.
Hey,
Yeah. See you later, lettuce.
you guys got a little surprise coming. Don't worry about it.
Oh, nice. Cavries.
I went to the RT shop, you know?
Oh, you went to the, so you did go to the RT store, www.rt.com. That's righttrigger.com. Cavries
Yep.
apparently, so there will be some passing out of Cavries during these playoffs?
Yes, there will. The last 10 games I played on NHL,
Yep.
I only averaged 1 shot a game on net.
Ooh. Well, we still
Hey,
want you to shoot. Like that's
Picks or it didn't happen.
you know, we still want to see a shoot. We still want to see a score. We just like there's those times where like, you know, that beautiful pass is there and you're like, no, I'm gonna just go into the corner here. But
Shoot from the corner.
Exactly. Well, I've seen a couple goals out of there anyway.
You did.
No. How stoked are you? You know what? Fuck that. Let's be honest here. How bad do you want to smoke New Jersey so you can go straight to face into your brother in round 2?
I'm going to be honest. I'm not, you know, I was on New Jersey.
Yeah.
And before I wanted to get up here, but, you know, you guys won't let me. I'll let you do your thing, you know. I wanted to say I respected New Jersey.
Yeah.
But, like, I kind of want to put a little behind whooping to them because they got rid of me. So I want to show them what they got rid of to come out and hopefully face my brother and then hopefully have another round 2 and then get the win over him if we face him and then go to the Stanley Cup.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Like being waived, you know, by New Jersey when you were, that was when I saw it come up that you were picked up by New York on the waiver. I was like, wait, what?
He was third in points.
Yeah, like it made absolutely no sense to me. I don't know what the thought process was there, but
There's a little story behind it. But
oh, is there?
Yes.
Are we allowed to tell that story right now, or should that wait till after the season?
Oh, we can tell it.
Oh, let's hear it then. Let's hear it.
We can tell it,
Okay,
you
so
know?
what happened in New Jersey?
So basically, you know, you put on that game versus St. Louis Blues.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna say names, but we were up 8-4.
Yes.
And coming into that game, both of our defensemen were, you know, under the influence. I'm gonna use that word. And they started fucking around. And I got mad and I spazzed out on them, and that's why I got waived.
Wow.
That was a little punishment for me.
Wow.
Did you guys lose that game?
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Yes,
You're
we
saying
did.
it's Chalk's fault. That's all I need to know.
Yeah, because I was streaming the game. That's why.
We were up 8-4 with like 5 minutes left in the
I
game.
remember that.
Yeah, and you guys.
I
ended
remember
up
that
losing
night
10-8.
because guess what? Chalk's like, oh wait, New Jersey's up. St. Louis, they better not give up any goals. And then as soon as like 2 minutes later, it's like, oh, it's 8-8. Like
Yeah, 10-8 was the final in that one. I will not forget that night. That was just an unreal one. Absolutely unreal one. Tough to watch.
So I'm gonna go in there, you know. I'm gonna do my best. A little fun fact is when I first started on New Jersey,
yeah,
I had a cast on my hand, and Loxies can't even admit.
Yeah.
So I was one up in the beginning of the season.
What's with the Rangers and having injuries?
They like punching
Injury
stuff.
prone.
They like
Injury
punching
prone.
stuff. That's
they
the
like
New York
to they like to party.
I didn't punch anything. I didn't punch anything. I was working, and it happened. So.
Oh, come on, dude. It's a better story if you say you hit somebody. You should see the other guy's face.
See, because then that just makes me look like a bad guy.
No, that's true. That's true. See, man, you know what? I never give you the benefit of the doubt, brother. You're right.
That just makes me look like a bad guy. So.
You're right. You're right. I'm always talking about how you need to mind you. You know what, man? You're a good kid. I like both of you brothers, and I cannot wait to see you guys take each other on in the second round.
Hey, you know what'd be cool is if they do end up facing each other, if they submitted a little trash talk video towards each other.
Okay, so how about that? If if New York beats New Jersey in the first round, how about if we get a little friendly wager between the two of you?
Oh, I'm down.
All right, cool. We'll figure something out. The three of us will talk. We'll figure something out, and we'll set something up. For
I mean, if, you know what? If he beats me in that round, I will not sign up for 2 seasons.
oh, come on! You can't do that to us.
Oh, come on, bro.
No.
I know Busta is flipping out in his seat right now.
Yeah.
What did?
Yeah, exactly. No. We'll figure out something that'll actually make it a whole lot of fun, and hopefully do something cool for the community. Thank you very much, boys. Appreciated having both of you here.
Chuck, really quick. I think
sorry,
Achilles is here. He is a few things here.
Yeah, no, Hollywood had a quick question here.
Real quick there for Cav, man. Redemption is always nice, man, to have. And that's why when you're an owner on there, you always got to watch out for who you trade, where you make the moves, because you don't know if it's going to bite you later on down the road. So good luck round 1 here against New Jersey. And Cav, if you guys do move on to the next round and do play Tampa Bay in round number 2, hopefully this brother versus brother series there. Well, hopefully this time Loxley's actually plays in the games there again.
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah, there's Let's just say after that, friendships were broken, and after that, with my owners after that season.
Let's be honest, this happened to me in season 9, where I got waived by a team, and then I went to another team, got rostered, and I ended up winning the Stanley Cup. So
you're saying Carey is the key to winning the cup?
Well, history repeat itself.
What do you think the C stands for, Harry?
Exactly.
For champion.
Let's go.
No, that's because Cavries didn't have to face me in that.
No, boy, here we go. Oh, I guess we're gonna get some chirping before round 2. Oh, this is gonna be awesome. I'm stoked.
You know what? I'm just gonna let him sit here and do his chirping. I'm a stay.
I mean, if you really look at it,
just gonna let the
goalies are for the Vezina run,
and
for the Vezina. So
I'm
obviously you guys got to bring. I mean, honest. Let's be honest.
Wi-Fi is horrible.
Obi's. Love Obi. He's a good guy. I have his number.
Ooh.
You don't got my GM's number.
All right.
No, but like I was gonna say, I'm gonna just
Yeah.
let him do his chirping, let it build up, and I'll let him get a little bit too cocky. And when he gets too cocky, I'm just
that's when you strike.
Me as my team. Me as my
solid team. We're defensive. You got a solid team.
Well, Luxies, you mentioned about the shutouts in regular season. How many shutouts are we expected to see from Luxies here in the postseason?
All the games I play.
Oh, that confidence against New Jersey, bro. If you know what? I wouldn't doubt it. Because they always know how to put a good defensive pairing in front of you guys.
I mean, let's just say, right?
I mean, we have the least goals allowed.
Wait, no, but
in the league.
But let's just say last Thursday, right?
Yeah.
Let's say Detroit had one of the best defensive pairing, only blue, and L PlayStation.
Yeah.
And that was.
I mean, we got a moose.
Yeah.
We got a moose.
Yeah. And when there's a moose on the ice, you can't vote.
These are all valid points. All valid points.
You know, like TJ says, right? Does your defenseman do it without truck?
No truck. No truck for the people in the back.
Hey, you know what would be a great idea is if both of you guys, I think your team would be upset with you, but if you guys played with no perks.
I know.
No,
know what?
I think my team would just laugh about it.
Yeah, probably.
To
Probably.
be honest, but like, it's not gonna only be me coming at Loxy, scoring on Loxy's, you know, because I'm a big part of team playing in hockey, especially in hockey. Like, so it's gonna be my team, and I believe my team we have 2 solid lines, you know.
Yes, you do.
Well, apparently not without that RT.
I mean, that RT, if you want to come see it tonight, you can come see it tonight because we're about to chill out.
Yo, let's go. Let's go. Yeah, as long as you got that RT working, buddy, I'm always down to play.
That RT is working. Don't worry.
Right on. Loxies, Cavries, thank you guys very much for joining
No
us,
problem.
man. Been an absolute pleasure. Wish you guys the best of luck, and hopefully you don't get too cold during your week off there, Loxies. Expecting to see some big things in round 2, buddy.
Oh yeah, I'm bringing the shutout just for the media team.
Let's
My
go.
first shutout gonna be for the media team.
Right on.
Bro, you gotta have like a tracker on the stream, man.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Exactly.
We're
You
gonna.
gotta have the Loxy shutout counter.
Yeah, exactly.
Same with Obi-Wan hat trick count.
Oh
my God.
Oh.
Before we go, I'm gonna tell you what. That is one person.
Nah, Obi's gonna be too scared to play my line when I'm playing.
Listen.
Obi knows.
Don't get too cocky because I don't think Obi's afraid of anyone on this game. But anyways, Obi is he's gonna be the most. I think if we keep going, he's gonna be the playoff MVP. That dude knows how to score, how to pass, how to move the puck, how to dance through everyone, and how to snipe the puck on a backhand beauty shot. Like,
he knows how to lead a locker room too, just like
Yeah.
Fresh. And that is there is something that is completely underestimated.
Nah, my management, on fire. The best management that I had in 6HL, to be honest.
100%. I couldn't agree more. Freshmania is just is phenomenal, and Obstructions just fantastic. Both great locker room leader guys. Again, guys, thank you very much. We want to get Achilles in here, but again, hope you guys have a good night, and hopefully we'll get to some Chels soon here, Cav.
Yep.
Right on. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome with us management for the Colorado Avalanche. Achilles, how you doing, buddy?
Hey guys, pretty good. How's it going?
Not too bad. Sorry to keep you holding there. Got asked the question right off the top. I know we were kind of chatting in DMs a little bit earlier on today, so let's not sugarcoat it here. Obviously Colorado has seen some struggle. Again, as we repeated last week, very thankful for Torvin taking over the leadership there in Colorado. But this has not been the same Colorado team. What is it going to take for you guys to step up, bring your all, and beat this Edmonton Oilers team?
First off, availability. If everybody shows up, I think we have a better chance than what people have said about us in here. And I kind of expect people to go that way. And Edmonton's a great team. We didn't actually want to match up against them. We wanted Nashville, if I'm being completely honest. But if we can beat Edmonton, I think we can beat anybody because they do have a really good team. And I don't disagree with what people have said about them going all the way. They have worked us in the past, but we didn't have our full top line out. And honestly, you guys didn't talk about our top line enough. Myself, RJ, and Lost in the Sauce, just as a forward core, I think is one of the best in the league, and I stand by that. We got Pistol Pete on right D and Dominator on right D as well. So losing Mash obviously sucked, but we still have the defenseman to get the job done. Yeah. Our depth isn't there as much, but I believe our top line can carry the load, and if we can get our second line to steal a game, I think it'll be a little bit more interesting than the boys have let on tonight in the media. But you guys have got us fired up for sure.
No, and that's good. That's exactly what we want to do, right? We want to see it. We want to see it competitive. Do not get me wrong. I'm not saying that, you guys have no chance in the series. With everything that I do, I try and look at it objectively and look at it from all sides before I make a prediction. And like I said, I think this Edmonton team is so good. You guys are going to have to bring something really special and keep it flowing the whole way. Keep those lines rolling, because Edmonton, is going to come at you fast and furious with everything that they have.
They are, and they're good. They have better depth than we do, but I think we match up. We're gonna play them top line versus top line. I think we match up against them quite well, and these are guys that I've played against before. And I hear you talking a lot about playoff experience too with other teams and other series. And myself and RJ, 2 out of the 3 seasons we've been in this, we've gone past the second round. I've been in the second and third round for 3 seasons. So I think I have playoff experience. I know Lost in the Sauce definitely does. I'm pretty sure Terry Lost in the Sauce. He went to the finals last year.
Yep.
He was big for Toronto. So like, if our forward core gets hot, like, look out. We could definitely beat these guys.
Really quickly before I let Hollywood jump in here, who is? I know this is a hard one, and maybe you don't want to answer it, but looking at the 3 guys that you have, who is going to be the starting goalie, or has that decision not been fully hashed out yet?
Oh, I completely glanced over our goalies too. It's a good thing you asked that, because we've had the same 3 goalies the entire season, and we've been very confident in all 3 of them throughout the whole season. Like, Mash and I had drafted these 3 and kept them, and honestly didn't really have any idea who was going to be the starter, because they're all playing well all season. I think Fire Ghost was an all-star.
Yeah.
So we can cycle those guys in, and one of them, even if we have to, they're position-wise, they can fill in if we do have a no-show or if availability isn't as good. I couldn't even answer that for you. Maybe gamer moments, Kieps. I don't know, man. Like, Fire Ghost is also very good, and Chill played extremely well for us against Arizona the last 2 games. Who they put their top line against us, and we beat them both games. So like, we're not going into the playoffs limping here either. Like, we've had a couple. We had a pretty decent last week, and we're fired up for sure.
For sure. Ollie?
Yeah, well, listen, I mean, the whole reason I think everybody's jumping on Edmonton on here, just the great moves they've made towards the end of the season and how they finished, plus looking at the stat-wise on there, the firepower they bring into this series. You mentioned about your goaltending on there. I think it's fine. I think your goaltending is fine, especially when you got a guy like Dom Silva in front of them on there, who's a solid lockdown defenseman as well. But the concern on my part here, Strife, I'm looking at the your last, especially the last couple of games. I see like maybe 3 wins in the last 14, which is not a good sign when you're heading into the playoffs.
No, and that has a lot to do with losing our owner and our best left wing. So it was a lot of morale issues and availability issues. And we didn't actually get our full top line, who we expected to be our top line, together for too many of those games. We were pretty scattered for a while. But once we do get that line together, I think we're gonna give Edmonton's top line a run for their money for sure. We're gonna move some things around. We're gonna have RJ match up against Bardsey at center. Bardsy's a guy we've played against in the EASHL a couple times. Very good player, probably one of the better players in the league. So we're expecting a tough fight. We didn't want Edmonton, like I said, but it would also be really nice to beat out the favorite in the first round. And we're probably the team people wouldn't expect to go very far. And I think that puts a chip on our shoulder, and it's going to motivate us going forward. And that's why I wanted to jump on here and let everybody know that, with everything that happened this season, that we're not just going to lie down and die.
That's
awesome. That's great to hear, man. And listen, stuff happens, and you mentioned about the availability. Yeah, that's a huge part. I mean, that's a huge part in any series on here, that could make a series, whether it's going to be a 4-0 sweep or whether it goes 7 on there. You don't have the availability, you don't have the guys there. I don't care how good the team is. That definitely hurts. Well, hopefully, you guys have it figured out on there, and guys show up for the playoffs for these games on here, and makes it competitive, because that's what we like to see. We like to see competitive hockey as it is on here. A lot of the panels here, have Edmonton. I think there was only one person, right? Chalk, that took Colorado.
Yeah.
So definitely the underdogs walking in here, no doubt.
Sometimes
I got a question here.
Yeah.
What's looking at this series, what's one thing you want to accomplish right off the bat coming into here? Kind of like establish that you guys aren't gonna be so easily moved, that you guys mean like we're here to play.
Just playing good defense, shutting down the middle of the ice, and I know I have confidence in my ability, RJ's as well as Terry's. We've been playing together most of the season. RJ and I have been playing together for 15 years, so chemistry, lockdown defense, and our goalies are going to have to make some big saves, and I think that's what's going to change the tide. And if we can score early and not get down, then make them have to come at us, then that's going to open them up a little bit more. I think that's what we're looking at.
Exactly. I think you guys need to just come into here and don't allow them to play their game. Kind of let them have to make play your game type of deal.
Yep, and I've seen these guys play before. Like, we faced them, and they worked us. Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. They kicked our ass a couple weeks ago, and it was the line that I expect to see in the playoffs as well. But it's not going to be the same line for us. I was in that game, but it was not the center or left wing or right D that I'm expecting to play in this series. So things will be different. I think it's still going to be tough for sure. These guys are really good. I think they have Mancy too, which I know he's playing defense, but it's tough. They're going to be tough. But like I said, I'm not just going to let this team roll over, and hopefully guys show up. If they don't, it'll be tough. I really don't want to forfeit, but eligibility is what it is. Pretty sure our owner isn't even eligible to play, so it's rough.
Yeah. Now that you speak of that, what was it like to lose Mashley? Like, at what point did you notice like he disappeared?
It would have been a couple weeks ago. Like, he had traded up, because we were on the same team in LG AHL. We were on the Gulls. He traded our whole line because he couldn't go with us, obviously. He traded our whole line to San Jose. And now we're in the conference finals against Bakersfield. So, like, he couldn't go with us, obviously. So he's like, you know what? I'm going to move you guys somewhere. You'll have a chance. He went on vacation, and then we didn't hear much from him after that. The last thing we heard from him was that he was going to have to move somewhere for work. He's got a pretty demanding job. So I didn't expect this to happen in 6HL. I don't think any of us saw this coming. I'm sure anybody would put in the same position would have done the same thing. Work and family, all that stuff comes before a virtual hockey league. We all know that. So it is what it is. It did suck. It did suck for us big time. There's a few times that I just wanted to take the ban and leave, but there's so many good guys on this team that I didn't want to do that to. You guys even seen, like, I didn't know the rules. I was like, you know what? I can't trade anyone anymore. We're past the trade deadline. I'm trying to waive guys to get guys on other teams to give them a better shot that I think they deserve. Webby was a guy that was so good for us all season that I thought deserved to be elsewhere. He wasn't going to be the first line right wing. He knew that, so he was a guy that we let go, which kind of sucks now, because now we're like, hey, maybe we should have kept him around for better depth, but it is what it is. I don't hold any bad feelings towards MASH, and I don't think anybody else should, because, again, if you were in the same situation, I think everybody would have done the same thing. he is okay. I know I've had tons of people reach out to me and be like, "What happened to Mash? Is he okay?" He is okay. He still talks to us from time to time in our own Discord. He'll be back. You haven't heard the last of Mash. We'll see what happens. It sucks that it happened, and I don't know how long he's been banned for or whatever, but it is what it is. He likes this league. He just can't do both this and LG management and his job all at once. It was too much, I think.
No, that's fair enough.
Gotcha. Yeah, and I know Mash. I've played with him a couple times. We were on the same team, and I'm just glad to hear there's no hard feelings and that he's doing okay. I kind of noticed that he disappeared, and I was kind of a little concerned, but I'm glad to hear he's doing good.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Honestly, we're both a little abrasive sometimes. We're extremely competitive.
Yeah.
We've been around for a while. We always want to win, and that's another reason why I'm not just gonna lie down and let Edmonton sweep us here. Like, we're gonna try our best. It sucks that Ashley isn't around. Willie had his time. Willie's a different breed. He likes to do his own thing. I wasn't gonna fight the league on it. What he did was stupid.
Yeah.
Let him go, kind of thing. It is what it is. Mash, it's not the same situation with Mash. So it sucks to lose both those guys, but I still think we drafted very well. We didn't even need to make trades because we felt confident in the team we had, and I think if we had those two guys that we'd be a favorite. But now we're an underdog, so kind of flipped the tables on us, but we're still pretty confident in the guys we have.
Well,
Yeah, and then I'll let someone else go. I just want to let you know, the reason why I went Edmonton sweeping is just because I just don't know what the morale is like in that locker room. But you make some great points, and now that I think about it, I think that this is gonna be a tight series. I don't think you guys are gonna, I think there's gonna be some fight to you guys, and I'm gonna be rooting for you guys for sure.
Oh, I appreciate that. That's why I wanted to come on here and say something, that the morale hasn't been good. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't want to come on here and be like, oh yeah, everything's bad and negative and stuff. And I'm just gonna be straight up that the reason like Hollywood talks about our record in the past however many games, it's because things have been scattered. But now playoffs are different, where you got to pull the team together, and maybe we could do some line matching here, and we know exactly where we want to put our guys and position wise, and we have 3 great goalies. So when it comes to that, like, we think we have a better shot than what people have slated for us.
No, for sure, and it is a completely different season once the playoffs begin. And sometimes being in that underdog position is a little bit better, especially for a group that, is trying to rediscover its identity, right? Like, you got nothing to lose at this point. Just go out there, have some fun, play your game.
Yeah, we're fired up. We're excited for sure.
It's fantastic to hear. Well, I, like Harry, again, wishing you the best of luck here in round 1 against the Edmonton Oilers. It certainly is not going to be any easy task, but definitely going to be a lot of fun to watch between the two of you guys. Colorado and Edmonton, it's going to be one hell of a series to watch for sure.
Yeah, you guys are going to be broadcasting all of them, right? So
yeah.
I don't know who's going to be playing. Like, I'm obviously not going to throw out who's playing when and stuff, but I hope you guys can cover when we match our top lines against each other, because I'm hoping it's a good one.
Yeah, I don't know if you're aware, but me and Hollywood will be covering all the West games, while Chalk and Busta cover all the East games. So there's not going to be a single game uncovered.
Yeah.
We're going to cover all of them.
All right, good stuff. Well, we'll try to give you guys a good show.
Well, Strife, yeah, man, good luck in the playoffs on there. I mean, listen, you guys get the team here in round 1, which a lot of guys predict that may even win the entire West Conference on here, and that's the Edmonton Oilers. So, yeah, sometimes maybe it's good getting them first on here, maybe pull the upset. I mean, listen, we saw what Minnesota did last week to Vegas. Maybe lightning strikes here again. Colorado comes in. It's the playoffs. That's why we play the games on here. So good luck through that. I mean, it's difficult, especially stuff like that happens for a team. But get back in there. I mean, you still have a solid squad to do. Get the job done. See what happens, man. That's why we play the games. Hey, Chalk, man, I gotta ask you, what's Harry changing all these picks and opinions? He's changing his mind like he changes his underwear, man.
I know, right? He's a bandwagon jumper. This guy is.
No. Achilles is, now that maybe I was just one. Maybe I jumped too quick. He came on here and he did some solid points. He said some solid points. And after some careful consideration, I think we're not gonna see a walkover. I think Colorado's gonna actually come in and they're gonna put up a fight, and that's what I actually want to see. Yeah, my predictions are my predictions, but in reality, I want to see a fight. I don't want to see any team get walked over. I want to see, if in a perfect world, I would like to see all of them go to Game 7. But it all depends on how that team's playing.
No, fair enough.
What if we knocked out Edmonton?
That would be crazy.
Who would be the favorite then, right?
Yeah,
well,
it would just be crazy.
Well, here's the thing, in your position, if you get through Edmonton, well, no, I guess it really all depends, right? Because
they would face Arizona or Nashville.
And we just beat Arizona's top line in the last 2 games of the season.
Oh boy. Well, you know what? We'll have to see what happens here. I would like to stress that I didn't say it was going to be a cakewalk for Edmonton. I said it's going to be a good series. I said it's going to be some good hockey. I stand where I stand. I'm not going to change my mind like Harry. I believe.
There's nothing wrong with me changing my mind here.
I believe. I believe it's going to be a good series between the two of you guys. I definitely give the edge to Edmonton, but I'm going to be rooting for you guys along the way here. I think if there's an upset that can happen, aside from me picking Boston over Buffalo, and I know all these guys are laughing at me, but we'll see who's right at the end of round 1. But I think if there's another upset, it's definitely you guys.
That's why I wanted to come on here, because I understand people choosing them over us, but I heard a couple guys saying sweep, and that was when I was like, I gotta go on here.
Hey, I just want to let you know you changed my mind. All right, I just want to let you know. I don't want to hear that I changed my mind. Okay.
Harry's jumping on the wagon.
He has some great points. After now, looking at it, Edmonton, yes, they got probably the most well-rounded roster. And it just on paper, Colorado, the morale, I'm worried how the morale is, and that's why I went sweep. But after he came on, and he's just great points, and I gotta take that into consideration here. All right.
Great fucking points, Wheel Snipes and Sally's boys. Let's go.
And me and Hollywood are gonna be, we're gonna be pumped to cover your games. You're gonna be on prime time, so
Yeah, prime time in the 6HL.
We're hoping to give you guys a good show, and if we do end up being swept by Edmonton, we're gonna know that we showed up and we didn't just roll over. But I think it's gonna be good, as long as guys show up. The morale is obviously not peak morale, but it's better than it was a couple weeks ago or a week ago. I think Neon has helped a lot. Neon Jesus, he's one of my buddies in real life. He's been really good helping the team and helping me with lines and stuff. So I think we've kind of rallied the troops a little bit here, and we think we're going to do a lot better than people think.
Fantastic, man. Fantastic. Achilles, thank you very, very much for joining us here, man. We really do appreciate your time. And again, like I said, I don't think it's going to be a walk in the park. I don't think, that I'm not one of the ones that believes that Edmonton is in for a steamroll. I think it's going to be a tight series. It's going to be a good series. I still give my edge to who I give my edge to, as I said, but I'll definitely be rooting for you guys and wish you guys all the success here in round 1.
Can I just do a quick disclaimer? Even though I said I predicted, like my predictions were like, oh, this team and that team, I'm clearly rooting for the other team. Like I don't want my prediction to come true. You know what I mean? Like it's all good and fun. You know, I don't want anyone to take it serious.
What do you mean you don't want it to come true? We're playing for points here, bud.
I think it would be foolish to not take Edmonton. Like I would have done the same thing if I wasn't on the other side. Like they're a good team, they're stacked.
No, I just don't want you to think that I was just counting you guys out completely. Obviously, I want you to know, like, I am rooting for you guys, but my prediction is a sweep. You know.
Yeah, and I when I heard that, I heard you guys were really ripping us apart, and I was like, yeah, I gotta get on here.
No, and I appreciate you coming on here because you gave more insight, like, you know, of what was really going on, and I think we really appreciate that because we actually don't know. Like, if you guys don't come on here and tell us, we can only make assumptions. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's been rough. So I don't see why people would think that we're gonna win this series. But yeah, we're a different team than people would think. So hopefully we show that. You know, the game is the game. I know I'm not a big fan of it, but I'll still show up and play and try to win. RJ's the same way. Terry's the same way. So, you know, we want to win.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's a big fan of this game.
No.
And all playoff experience.
Yeah.
All these guys have playoff experience. Like, Dom's gone deep. I've gone deep. RJ has. You know, we've played a lot of very good players in LG. Like, we've been around for a while, so, you know, we think that we can do something here. So,
no, I'm excited, man. I'm excited.
Hey,
you got me pumped. I'm not even on the team.
Phillies, you know, if the media team don't root for you, listen, I'm gonna root for you because
Carries.
Who let this guy back in here?
You know, at one point in my 6HL, actually, I'm sorry, my 7HL career.
7HL season 14, bitches.
You know, I can't say that I did beat Mancy, and I did beat his team that he had, Retro versus Mancy and all of them. I did beat him, so if I can beat him, you guys can definitely beat him.
Oh, we reverse swept them in esports in the Contenders Cup or whatever. My like esports team. So we've beaten Mancy in them. Like we always face them. We just faced them in the AHL playoffs. Like we always play those guys. So Mancy against me is gonna be a great matchup. It's especially, you know, with the other guys on the ice. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, listen, they don't think I got an RT, you know, so I gotta show them tomorrow, and they're all going against you. So you know you gotta kind of show them tomorrow.
Oh yeah, I'm fired up, man. I hopefully I don't get called into work. That's the one thing I'm scared about is, you know, I'll be eating my own words here if I get called into work because, yeah, I'm not gonna give up a shift for that.
You wanna know what you do? Just put your phone on Do Not Disturb and turn it off, and you should be good.
I don't want to give up the money, dude. The money's good. The money's way too good to give up. I can't do that.
Work comes first. Real life
work,
comes first.
Work.
Exactly.
Especially on a NHL 23 like virtual hockey league. Like no shot. I'm sorry.
You know what?
Chella's life, don't you know? No, I'm just kidding.
I quit my job. No, I'm joking. I've been out on injury.
Whoa, dude, are you okay? Do you need an intervention?
No, I've been out on injury. Like I said, one thumb, you know, the one thumb machine. But I brought this up to, real quick, end it before we play some shell. I brought this up to, tell me what you guys think. I brought it up to Busta. Before, like in round 2, before you guys do your predictions, right? Why don't you kind of take like an owner, a GM, or an AGM into like a separate owners meeting and get there for like round 2 and get like see what they say about it and then go off your predictions like that instead of bashing people.
we're not bashing anybody.
No,
Hold on.
I get it. No, I'm not saying you're bashing people, but like get better predictions off of that, you know?
Oh,
Whoa, are you telling me my predictions are? I went for the Rangers, by the way.
So I think most of us did.
I went Rangers as well because
over here, man.
Trish is a beauty.
Hey, I changed 2 predictions on the West. Nothing has been changed on the East so far.
Listen, there's one thing I learned about tonight, Chalk, is that when we're out there in the Discord, there's always a way to convince Harry to lean the other way, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, what can I say? I'm for the underdog, man. Like I have a history of being bullied, so like I got a real heart for the underdog,
Fair enough.
Oh, geez. And I got to put up with this guy as my co-host tomorrow.
Whoa, come on, man. I'm best dressed, man. I'm best dressed.
Best dressed.
With that Hawaiian shirt.
Best dressed to impress.
I'll be rocking the Hawaiian shirt, Hollywood.
Let's go.
Let's see your Hawaiian shirt, bro. We're gonna be the Hawaiian bros out in the West.
Let's go. Let's see. Well, we will
Trailer
see.
Park Boys. The Hawaiian Park Boys.
Exactly. Well, we will definitely see how it goes tomorrow. Again, Achilles, Cavries, guys, thank you very much. It's been an absolute pleasure having you guys here, having you guys jumping in with us. And, wish you guys both the best of luck here, round 1. We'll see you this week.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks for coming by.
Casting the games. Yeah. And I'll see you around.
Cheers. Sounds good.
Thanks, brother.
Ciao, guys. Let's go. We've been waiting.
Yeah. Give us a couple minutes here. We're just about done, Cavries. We'll talk to you in a minute.
Yeah, we needed to brief.
Yeah, we gotta unload here.
Because we've been at this for 3 hours, and that's pretty impressive.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. We are now officially at the 3 hours and 10-minute marker, guys. We did it.
And we at one point we almost had 40 viewers, and
well, we can talk about that later. We don't bring that up on the stream. Come on now.
Okay.
Really quickly, Busta. Oh no, Hollywood.
No, I was just saying, guys that tuned in tonight, here on the broadcast, let us know what you guys think. Maybe we could do this for next round as well.
Yep.
Give you guys for round 2 predictions and recap the first round. Whether it's one of the nights that we don't play, or maybe even hop on like an hour or 2 before the series starts. So we'll definitely figure it out. But it's been definitely fun here. We got a lot of good players coming on here as interviews, guests, and I think it's something that the league definitely likes to hear. It's not just listening to us all week, but other inputs, other guys' opinions as well.
Yeah, exactly, 110%. Now Busta keeps coming in and out. Wanted to try and say goodbye to the guy and goodnight to the guy, and see if he had anything he wanted to say last minute. Let's see if he jumps in one last time.
Well, we're gonna play hockey with them, so you can say.
Well, you guys are gonna play hockey with him. I gotta go to bed, man. I gotta work in the morning. There he is, Busta Dimez back in the house. What's up, Busta?
Everything works. Oh, nothing. Oh, you guys call me?
Yeah, no. I was just saying we're about to wrap up here. So wanted
he's
to
trying
see
to
if
tuck
you
you into bed.
Yeah, wanted to see if you had anything to say before we take off. How excited are you for tomorrow, buddy? It's me and you calling the East.
Yeah, so I'm actually super excited, and for those that are listening, I kind of want to touch on something that was kind of brought up earlier. In no way, shape, or form am I, in any sense, ragging on anybody or saying that one team is bad or the other. The goal in media is to create media content for you guys to watch and stuff. I'm not gonna sit here and berate teams and say, this team's awful or yada, 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 because I don't want people to take it that way, I just came out with predictions, and that's just what they are. They're predictions, but there's no way saying anything about the person.
No, we're going to riot now.
Well, no, I heard some comments today, and like I said, I just wanted to make it clear that it's no way, shape, or form bashing anyone. It's just those are my predictions. If predictions are to be made, those are mine in particular.
Yep.
And again, I think we're going to have a great night tomorrow. We got an action-packed night, and it's going to be a fun game tomorrow, or fun day tomorrow.
Oh yes. You know,
Yeah.
and to hit on that point, yeah, like 100%. You know, when we decided to do this, you know, we know obviously doing predictions and that, you know, can be a little divisive, I guess you could say, but we're doing it nonetheless, right? Because again, like, remember, we're the ones that are sitting back here watching, you know, the majority of the games throughout the season, right? Like seeing some of the little things that maybe some other guys don't see. You know, some of us go by stats, others go by, you know, just what we know, the guys we know, the, you know, and feelings, right? Like I said, my personal feelings on the, you know, on that Boston Buffalo series. I know a lot of guys are like, you know, like, okay, what are you smoking? But at the end of the day, you know,
aren't you like 6-1 on that series?
I stand by it. I stand by it. I think that I think there's you know, but again, you know, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and that's the beauty of this, right? Was you know, like, this is more for fun.
Do you guys realize if Boston does actually win that series, we'll never hear the end of the story? How
Dude.
Chalk predicted it. Oh, it was me, guys. I won them the series.
Yeah, maybe you never know.
You already got the Boston banner behind them, you know.
Right there, Boston, baby.
But listen, just to add on to that, yeah, I mean, listen, this is our opinion. This is our analysis on here, you know, throughout the podcast. I mean, listen, we're not always going to be right. We're not going to be always accurate. It's like, you know, the weatherman's not always accurate, you know, on there. So, I mean, you know, and just to add what Strife said, you know, it gives him motivation to come out there, prove us wrong, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To show that, yeah, no, you know, we're not going to get swept here for nothing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or it could be, or prove us right, you know? We could see Chalk on here next week, like, yeah, with a big Boston Bruins banner, flag, the hat, you know, jersey, you name it, man. I'm sure that
I got my jersey and hat in the back. I will paint my fucking face.
He'll be flying Boston colors.
You'll all you'll hear is
so much
drop
for
kick
Philly.
Murphys in the background. The wife will kick me out. It's all right though. It's all right there. Let's go Boston. Boston, baby. Boston. Boys, this has been fun. Again, 3 hours and 15 minutes. You know, if
I'd say let's go for another 45 here, man. We can really push it.
Yeah, I don't think so. If this was a podcast, right? We would definitely be long form. Man, we could keep up with Joe Rogan. What's up?
Bro, we could knock out a 10-hour podcast like it's nothing.
Okay, easy, bud. I like my voice, but not that much. Anyway, guys, thank you very much, everyone, for joining.
All right, 5 hours.
Oh my God, it's Harry. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you for having me, and thank you for tolerating me.
It's always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. And a test. Yeah, exactly. Hollywood, again, thank you. You know, I'm definitely going to be, while doing our stream, I'm going to be watching the stream from you guys, watching close and paying attention to what's happening over there in the Western Conference. I think you guys are going to be treated to some great games tomorrow night.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to it, man. I mean, you know, we've got new layouts there. You guys are going to see a whole new design on this, bringing you guys the action. So it's, you know, you're not going to miss any minute, any period, you know, of any game on there, you know. Get to see it all on the playoffs. And, you know, that's what it's all about. You know, listen, there's a lot of leagues that run, you know, do media stuff, and then when it comes to the playoff, they almost like don't disappear or stop, you know, covering on there. Not here, man. Not in the 6HL. We want to bring you. We're stepping up the game. You know, you're getting these predictions, these analysis on here, and on top of that, you're gonna have the streams of the game. So, yeah, definitely looking forward to Tuesday night. It's gonna be happening, and you know, I'll thank everybody giving us the support here too. Everybody tune in, you know, giving us the motivation to come on here for like 3 hours, you know, to do a broadcast like this. And especially when you get guests, you know, guys from the community, from the teams, makes the time go much quicker, you know, with that, you know, hearing the other voices. So, you know, definitely down to do something like this in the future again, for sure.
Yeah, it's a shame. One of the guys that we didn't get in here tonight was Zerk. I saw him popping in and out, but he never actually jumped up and got in on the conversation. It would have been good to hear from him in terms of his thoughts on the Colorado series coming up. Busta, thank you very much, dude. Appreciate you getting that video to us with your predictions. And again, looking forward to getting back to work tomorrow night, buddy.
Yeah, no problem, man. Anytime. You know, I like coming in here, stopping by when I can. But yeah, we're gonna have a productive night tomorrow, so can't wait to go. And Cavries is in my ear telling me to tell you guys that I made him sign up for next season.
Good. We need him. That kid is entertaining. Very, very entertaining. I like him. Him and his brother Loxies, man. They're both good guys. And I hope we. You know what? After here, I'm hoping that we do get to see that in the second round. That would be an awful lot of fun. An awful lot of fun in the second round, third round, wherever we get to see it. Definitely going to be interesting. Though I think it's going to be Boston and Tampa in the second. Could you imagine that? Boston makes it through Buffalo and has to face Tampa in the second round. Oof, Madone. That's some tough hockey. But if you can slay one beast, you can always slay another. That is it for us here tonight, guys. Thank you very, very much for watching. Thank you very much for tolerating us and all of our predictions, hanging out with us for over 3 hours. This has been an absolute blast. Coming to you live from the basement of the Legion of Doom headquarters, I am TJ the Chalkboard on behalf of Mr. Hollywood, Busta Dimez, Oh My God, It's Harry, Lindell, Radie, and the rest of the 6HL media team. Thank you very much for watching. We love you all, and we'll see you next time.